Shut up! The foot is on the radio!
Triple M rocks footy.
Triple M footy prime time.
For Jim Beam, it's set to be an epic match, and that's worth raising a Jim Beam. Drink responsibly.
MCG's your venue. Unfortunately, there's still rain around. You might have got 90,000 here. Hopefully, people still come to the footy. Collingwood versus Richmond, traditional rivals. We've got the Collingwood CEO, Craig Kelly, here, and we've just gained an insight into Damo and how he goes to AFL.com.au because he's just turned to Ned in the ad break and said, so, do you have to go in there every day?
No, I said, do you go in there every day?
He's got a choice. A couple of days a week, Damo?
Have you not noticed what's happened in the past 2 years, Howie? People don't go into the office.
Well, people with real jobs do, Damien.
He's the CEO, Damo.
He's a man in charge.
And Das, a lot of CEOs don't these days.
Oh, please, not on our watch. You're kidding. You don't go into work. What do you do?
I'm very remote.
We were just talking, Ned. We have a thing called Hot Topics, and I said to the boys, if you could choose one player in the comp now to come to your club, who would it be? And there's 5 of us in the box. 3 of us went with Nick Dacos. What a player, but what a story it is that the father-son for a football club and the connection to the Collingwood fans, it's a wonderful, wonderful thing to see.
And amazing two gentlemen. Like, I played a lot of footy with Dakes, and Dakes is a ripper. But Colleen has a lot to do with the fact that, and so does Peter. Like, it's just an absolute blessing to have them around the club. It's a great thing, Das, about being able to do that father-son thing, and we're fortunate to be part of it. But see Dakes' kids doing what they're doing, and it's unbelievable how they kick the ball and on the outside of the foot, and it's just so much like Peter when he used to do those things, and we'd sit back there as players going, what the hell did he just do? So it's amazing, and they are ripping kids. They come in, they say hello to everyone. They're just gentlemen. So it's awesome.
Darcy Moore's the captain, and it's brilliant. You've got Jake and Will playing at Collingwood. But how do you find? It's just nerve-wracking, unenjoyable. How do you go with it?
No, I'm no good. So I've explained to the netball team because they're wonderful athletes, and I said, the only problem is I won't get to see all your netball games because it clashes a lot with the Essendon games. I said I'm going to make family first and go and see Jake. But I'm hopeless to us when I'm there. You just watch them, and you actually go. Someone said, "Oh, such and such play well." I said, "Oh, sorry, I just watched Jake." So it's just.
So you'll still go and see Jake's games?
Yeah. I went down the rooms after because obviously
you're allowed in the rooms.
Well, yeah, I just walked in.
And Damo wants your band, so he doesn't think that's a good thing.
I had Brad, obviously, first win for Essendon, and seeing Jake, and also Dave Barham's been a friend of ours for a long while, so it was nice. It was good. They've got some stuff happening out there a bit better.
And you've completely divested all interests from the former life, former job? All of it?
I was wondering when that question would come. Absolutely, Damo.
Of course you have.
So the only thing we do, unless the TLA talent asks me a question in a press conference, I won't be answering. No, mate, we're out. So I've done. It's been a great people, great journey, and it's been fun.
What happened with you and Nath? Why did Nath leave the stable?
Nathan
Brown.
Oh, sorry. He hasn't said anything. I didn't even know that.
He does lift off.
That might be the answer right there. Who was he? That might have had something to do with it.
Nathan Buckley, mate.
No.
Yes, Nathan.
Man. Did he leave you, or did you think he wasn't going the right direction?
He went out to see the boys. It was fine.
And poor old Ned, he's had to diverse his interests out of the business that he sold 6 times.
Yeah.
So we feel for him that he's finally had to exit.
Now, Ned, with everything flying at Collingwood at the moment, there must be some issues that you're addressing. What are the priorities for the club moving forward that perhaps we don't know about?
You do know how difficult it is to do the gig. I asked Fly and Roddy this the other day. I said, if you're got offered a job at a club tomorrow, what would you be saying are the things you'd want to make sure that were right? So Roddy said straight away salary cap. Fly said making sure he's got the right coaches and obviously players. For me, I said if I had to do the footy department and sort that out as well as the actual get the other side of the business really humming along, it's too big a job. They're just too big now, Bung. They're just too hard. So I'll say we've got wonderful people, we've got some great things happening, but I'd say we're chugging along at about a 4 over our side of the business, and footy's around about a 6 or 7, and there's still a lot of things that Roddy's got to work through with Claire and those guys and flying the team. So I would think that we've got a lot of upside, mate, and it's really exciting. We've got some wonderful people, like I said, and there's some really good alignment happening. There's some direction. It's really, I'm excited, and it's also should be scary for a few other clubs, because if we get going both sides, away we go.
A little bit of a warning shot for everyone. You know the industry upside down, you know everyone in it, and you've got relationships everywhere. But CEO of it's a big organisation now with 4 teams and the netball team and the AFLW and the VF. So has there been something you've stepped into and gone, wow, I'm out? This is causing me some challenge, Ned. Has there been...
Yeah, it's a really good question, Das. Really good question, because I think in life with footy or running a business, it's what you say no to rather than what you say yes to. It's really easy to say yes all the time, and I haven't got to the no point yet. I reckon there's another 2 or 3 months of getting... I mean, I've been there 4 weeks, mate. It's been a fair on whirlwind with Ginnivan into MCG, New Deal, with bang, bang, bang. So I would like to answer that question, mate, as we get in towards the back end of the year, because at the moment I haven't had enough time to make that call.
Jordan De Goey, probably the most talked about player at Collingwood all last year. He seems to be settled in the off-season. His first 2 weeks have been great. The newspaper articles about him, the way he speaks, he seems like he's grown up a bit as the penny dropped. Oh, yeah, mate, this is the great thing about our game. Like everyone... Ginnivan and there's, from stories all through our competition for so many years, footy clubs genuinely get guys who might be a little bit that way and little bit loose, and you bring them into this thing and you turn them into, at the end of it, nearly 9 times out of 10 better people. They actually more balanced in life. They know more things, and we're on that journey with De Goey and all of them. He's an awesome man. His family, a loving fly. There's a really good connection there. The joint's good for him, and he does his thing. And as Craig always says, he just says they're grown men. Some of them are younger. Let them make mistakes and let's support them. But if they keep making mistakes, then we've got an issue. So anyone who starts potting AFL and clubs, I mean, they're kidding themselves, because we do a really good job.
I thought it was Ginnivan, not Ginnivan.
Oh, sorry, Ginnivan.
Yeah, just handy to know your players. I couldn't resist.
I know, he had to do that. When he hit me in the back of the head all the time, that's exactly how it goes.
Please. So big picture, how long would you envisage yourself in this role?
That's you two have got that end of the room, got some good questions. Mate, I've said to Brownie, we've locked in for 3 years.
Yep.
I think in life, in anything, it's a 5-year cycle. So the reality is, if they want to get rid of me, they'll just tap me on the shoulder. But I'd like to think 3 into 5, and we then get a position where we've got the right person coming underneath. So as you've done, mate, you've got to have succession plans. You can't be wanting to hang around and not get a young person coming.
Did you pinch Jason?
I did pinch Jason here on a Friday night, and for the first half didn't kick a goal. Then, and he never talked, never ever said.
Even when you were pinching him?
No, pinching him. No, he was talking. I think he kicked 1 goal, got a really easy free kick from the umpires. Then, after half time, came out and didn't say a word. I'm still pinching. He kicked 6. Almost won the game in the last kick of the day. Remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that, but I only kicked 3 or 4 on the night.
Oh, did you?
And I got really annoyed with you because that was shit by you.
Yeah, no, I know.
And I was trying to walk around the goalpost and keep him on the other side. And the goal umpires just go, oh, look at this. The field umpires were doing nothing, and they're letting this big blockhead do whatever he bloody liked.
Was he managing you then?
As if I'd get managed by him. All he did was club me for 10 years.
Speaking of Craig Kelly, the Collingwood CEO.
Get rid of him, Howie.
Hey, Ned, everyone in here is close with Howie, but you're the only one that got an invite to his wedding. So we thought we'd get to his wedding after he'd been going out for about 18 years.
Which wedding was it?
Damien.
Damien. Wow.
His only wedding.
His only wedding.
Beautiful.
It was a good day. It was
a long time coming.
Well, it says a bit about you lot, really.
Correct. I invited Tunners and he didn't turn up.
Because he's doing those quality documentaries he does with the player agents. Oh, that's a good show. You've got to watch that.
He's turned up.
Wow.
Is that because you weren't asked to be on it?
Oh, we were asked to be on it. I said, what would we want to do that for? Tommy Vittorio's got, mate, having Tommy on TV is not a good look either.
What do you think of those agents? Robbie D'Orazio and Paul Connors?
Paul with his pink shirt on.
Colin,
I've got to
yeah.
wear my pink shirt. I said, you haven't got your pink shirt on today. No deals happening today, puppy.
Colin Young, you
Love
take on Colin Young.
You've got to get in the bathtub and pump some weights, that lad.
Robbie Durazio?
Leave it there. Don't
fall in.
He's going to bite.
I've got Righty loves, and we've got great respect for all agents because they've got really good players.
Hey, you joined us halfway through Hot Topics, Ned. So if you stick around and answer these as you please, we're halfway through. We'll continue on. Barack Obama, gents, was charging, I think, $500 a head to listen to the former president speak, which I'm sure was outstanding. We'll start with you, Damo. Who would you pay $500 to watch speak?
I would actually pay the man who snubbed you during the week, Greg Norman.
Greg Norman
would be the one I'd want to. So I probably can listen to him for no money on your podcast next week if he bothers to ring in.
That's the plan. Das, who are you paying for?
I'd be happy to hear the former president for $500. I would have gone to that.
John Lydon for me.
Sorry?
John Lydon.
What was John about?
A.K.A. Johnny Rotten.
Oh,
lead singer of the Sex Pistols,
For
the British punk rock scene. He's 67 now. Imagine the stories that he'd tell you. I mean, they had the bassist Sid Vicious died when he was 21, suspicious circumstances and all those sorts of things. Nicknamed Rotten because of his oral hygiene, his teeth turned green. So I'm just imagine the life that they lived at that time. That would be fascinating to listen to.
That says a lot about Bung, doesn't it?
Tell me that wouldn't be interesting.
There's a guy out of the States called Eric Thomas who's a motivational speaker, Howie. I'm keen to go.
Really?
He is. He's got his own church.
My goodness.
And Brownie.
And yeah.
Oh, well.
Is he
Yes, Ned.
Can I leave now?
No, just give it. Who would you leave after this one? Who would you
Rory
pay
McIlroy.
Rory
Yeah,
McIlroy.
after watching him on the Netflix
Oh,
show,
how good.
I just
Full swing.
awesome. Sitting in a room with him and just talking to him would be amazing. What an excellent man.
Yeah.
Hey, as a businessman, you missed the early one, then you can
Who
walk
was
out
that?
the door. Live golf, yes or no?
Oh, it's absolute yes, because it'll get the other joint sorted out because they're just dictators telling them, and it's called World Golf, not a USA Golf. So let's get it around the world.
Love it, mate.
Okay.
Great to see you.
Hey, guys.
Go well.
Go
Well, great.
Love your work.
Great,
Thanks,
Kelly
boys.
here.
Said it.
We've got a couple more hot topics while we're here. We might as well push
Yes.
on. Chief, one thing you would change about Melbourne?
Traffic.
Traffic.
Annoys the crap out of me. I struggle with the traffic.
Is it at its worst at the moment?
Oh, mate, it's bad. It's really bad. And it can happen at any time of day. That's the frustrating thing. It's not peak hour traffic. It's always peak hour in certain places.
I've given this one some thought.
Yep.
We've become the most regulated, permit, red tape. If you want to
Your
try
mate
and our mate who a couple of years ago people left some rubbish on St Kilda Beach, Howie. So you cannot now have can't take the beautiful Erica for a glass of wine and a picnic down there. So what we do, we ban everything rather than punish the couple of hundred idiots. You go to London, you sit in a bar and you walk out the door and you happen to wander across the road with your drink in hand and the guy says, welcome. He says, I'll take your beer back to the other place. You get tasered in Melbourne if you walked out of a restaurant and had a glass in your
Mark
hand.
Webber
Howie.
called us a nanny state 12
And
years
he
ago.
was ahead of his time on
like
that, Howie.
it.
We need to sort it out.
Damo?
Yeah, I'm with Chief. I thought a few of us might come with the traffic concept here, but I've got a suggestion on this space to actually have a traffic commissioner to actually oversee roadworks, so you can't just have carte blanche to hold a traffic sign. I'm not having a go at the people who hold those signs.
Okay.
Sounds like you are.
No, it's the
Commissioner.
companies that think they can just set up anywhere and tell people they can hold those
Traffic seems to be a concurrent theme, Nate.
Because I live in Williamstown, Howard, it's just a little sort of point where nobody else really has access unless you go in there. So I'd like to build a program where Williamstown's only access on the weekends via a permit. So you actually have to apply to come in. The amount of lunatics that come in on the weekend, Duke, is just not on. So I just feel like we need to keep Williamstown safe.
You're a bogan from Bendigo and you want permits into a suburb in Melbourne now.
Absolutely.
Das, Donald Trump is about to be indicted by a grand jury for paying alleged hush money to Stormy Daniels in 2016. Of all the things he's been accused of, this is apparently what he's going to be indicted for.
So this is my point. You can stand at the end of the Capitol, cite a riot on that Capitol, encourage them to murder the Vice President, which they would have done had he been in his chair. 6 people die in that insurrection.
Which he encouraged.
And he sat there on TV as the President with popcorn and watched it happen and didn't do anything about it. So,
do you think he will be found guilty of this particular charge?
no idea, but he should be in jail for the other one.
Okay, Chief, this is your area.
I have no idea whether he'll be found guilty or not. But one thing I do know is that he will not, even if he's found guilty, he won't spend a day in jail. Won't happen.
Probably right.
Between money and they'll say health and all sorts of things. No way no one is
They're after
spending
him, though,
a dollar.
Chief. They're after him.
This, I think, is
Good
how,
luck.
like the getting Al Capone on tax avoidance. I think this is what they've done on this potentially, just to get him on something.
This will be good for him, I reckon. Like, I
really?
think
You reckon it'll rally
he'll
the
turn
troops?
this into the system's corrupt and this is fake news and it's
the Democrat.
He'll milk this. He'll raise funds off it.
Well, he's got to storm into the Manhattan courthouse on Monday and
make a scene
and
out
make a movie
The
scene.
case is flimsy at best, Howard.
So you think he's getting...
I think the hush money wasn't paid to advance his political ambitions. I thought it was paid so his wife wouldn't find out that he had been...
Got some experience?
Yeah. No, I obviously haven't, but that's what I thought. The whole campaign by the New York District Attorney, the Alvin Bragg, he's not related to Billy Bragg, obviously, Chief, but he ran delayed charges on Trump, so I don't think that is. So I think the charge they'll get him on, though, Duke.
Yes.
I've done my
you've
research.
done your
Well, you can see him, he's reading
Here
it
we
off.
go.
His
Oh,
iPad.
phone call.
He's Googled it.
Phone call he made the Georgia Secretary of State asking him to find 11,000 votes.
Oh.
And here's the state of play on that, Howard.
I just want to find 11,780 votes. I think you have to say that you're going to re-examine it. And there's nothing wrong with saying that, that you've recalculated.
Irrefutable proof of a president pressuring and threatening an official of his own party to get him to rescind a state's lawful, certified vote count and fabricate another in its place.
So that's all I get him on the Hab. They won't get him on the other one.
What was that about?
I'm not sure. That was about... Nate.
It sounds like
Didn't hear any threats.
Sounds like an impersonator, doesn't it?
Yeah,
That's
correct.
actually...
What about your other question, Harry?
Oh, favourite F1 driver of all time?
Have we not got time?
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we got time. Favourite F1 driver of all time? Oh, how long's till the timeout? We've got 15 seconds. Go, give it to me.
No, I'm not doing it in 15 seconds.
Ayrton Senna.
Nicky Lauda.
Mick Schumacher.
Lewis Hamilton.
James Hunt.
Oh,
he was a rock star.
Footy next.
A
McDonald's
rock
Dream
star,
Hot Water. Triple M. Rocks Footy.
Triple M Footy Prime Time.
For Jim Beam, it's set to be an epic match, and that's worth raising a Jim Beam. Drink responsibly.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's.
Triple M rocks footy.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
When you listen to Triple M Footy in 2023, wherever your seat is won't matter.
Look at them rise to their feet!
Because we'll bring you the moments that will get you out of it.
Gold from Candy! Wingo!
Join the Temper Mattress call team tomorrow from noon for Hawthorn and North Melbourne.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's, Triple M rocks footy.
Sometimes footy is everything.
Boom!
Sometimes footy, band practice, trips to the zoo, and your nan's birthday is everything.
Is it my birthday again?
So, whenever footy is everything, get the footy you want. Every game, every round, on KO.
When there's something to celebrate, book it. When it's time to reunite, book it. When you need actual FaceTime, book it. Whatever your reason for travelling, Choice Hotels have over 170 locations across Australia and New Zealand ready and waiting. And you'll get the lowest price guaranteed when you book direct at choicehotels.com. So go ahead, book it with Choice Hotels. Terms and conditions apply.
Get awesome coverage and super speeds with Aussie Broadband Mobile. We know you'll love us, so you'll get 1 month free at aussiebroadband.com.au. New mobile services only. Offer ends March 31. T's and C's apply.
Ned's early payout is on the AFL. Place a head-to-head bet this round, and if your team is up by 20 plus points at half time, you win. Take it to the Ned's level. First $250 staked. T's and C's apply. See website for details. You win some, you lose more.
Bonus deals across a huge range of Bosch appliances at Harvey Norman. Bonus $45 gift card and bonus local delivery on the 8kg front load washer for $798. Bonus $70 gift card plus bonus local delivery on the German-made dishwasher, $1,298. Bonus $110 gift card plus $150 cashback with Series 8 black glass pyrolytic oven, $2,199. Cashback via redemption. Delivery within 25-kilometre radius of store. Terms and conditions apply. Now at Harvey Norman.
To celebrate 30 years of Bosch measuring technology, you could win the ultimate Bosch Tools prize pack. See the Triple M win page and tell us how many Bosch tools you can detect in the back of the ute. There's a total of $65,000 in prizes up for grabs. Good luck. T's and C's apply. Australian residents 18 plus only, excluding Northern Territory.
Liquorland has your Easter landed, like a 24-pack of Victoria Bitter VX 250ml bottles for $54. So pop into your local Liquorland or shop online. Liquorland, from the land you love. T's and C's apply. See website for details.
Many are doing it tough right now, struggling to make ends meet and get food on the table. But the people that need our help the most are not always the ones you think.
It's families.
And kids.
The elderly. Those with 1 or even 2 or 3 jobs.
It's people with mortgages.
Those who have just fallen on tough times.
Fortunately, Food Bank is here to help. Help us to help those doing it tough. Donate to Food Bank today to ensure no one goes without. Head to foodbank.org.au.
Thanks to KO Sports, Triple M's Rush Hour is getting out the crystal ball. Listen to JB and Billy weekdays from 4 to hear their footy predictions. Then see if they come true on KO Sports. Get the game you want when you want this footy season on KO. Every massive moment
Stops it long.
lives right here.
That is incredible.
Marine Hot Water and McDonald's. Triple M rocks footy, and the first quarter is coming up next.
Bonus deals across a huge range of Bosch appliances at Harvey Norman. Bonus $45 gift card and bonus local delivery on the 8kg front load washer for $798. Bonus $70 gift card plus bonus local delivery on the German-made dishwasher, $1,298. Bonus $110 gift card plus $150 cashback with Series 8 black glass pyrolytic oven, $2,199. Cashback via redemption. Delivery within 25-kilometre radius of store. Terms and conditions apply. Now at Harvey Norman.
Shut up! The foot is on the radio!
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Beacon Trade, supporting tradies with over 120 stores, a wide range of lighting and electrical products, and expert trade teams who offer the best services, making every tradie's job easier.
Time to get stuck into this one. Full game preview coming your way. The Tigers and the Pies at a wet MCG, but by gee, there's a lot of people up in the top deck of the Shane Warne stand, so still a big crowd rolling in. Nice to have our guests too, Jacob Hopper and Craig Kelly. You can listen to all the podcasts through the Listener app whenever you want. You can stream the footy. Now, before we get to Damo, the headline, Chiefy, 3 things that the team you choose tonight need to do to win the game, and you are going for Collingwood.
Collingwood don't need to do anything different, Harry.
Right.
Let's be brutally honest. They are playing the best brand of football in the game. They are fast, they are clean, they are skillful. I love the fact that they only use the corridor when it's on. They don't take unnecessary risks. They'll play the boundary and they'll use it well. But they get great generation off halfback. I don't see a weakness in the team at the moment. That's the funny thing. If there is, maybe it's with Howe being out of the back 6. Maybe they're a little fragile, but gee, they all cover for each other so well. I just think they're the complete team. And everything I see, every week I see them now, I just think they're better and better. I don't know who's going to stop them.
And they're exciting to watch as well.
Which hurts to say, too. Because you know what Melbourne's like if Collingwood.
But they become your second team. They're that good to watch. Nate, the Tigers, what do they need to do to win?
Well, I think the rain genuinely helps the Tigers tonight because Collingwood are a fast side. They like to use the ball, they like to switch play and then run and carry. In the wet, it's a little bit harder. So they come back to the Tigers level. The Tigers aren't as naturally gifted as what Collingwood are with the foot and running through the middle of the ground. So that helps them. So they've got to be able to slow them down on top of that. Chief?
They lost a lot of players, though, didn't they? I mean, to lose Broad, to lose Martin, to lose Short, to lose Hopper, who we spoke to earlier, they're 4 bloody good players.
I think they lose. The Broad is the big one for me down back because I think he just controls everything. Third man in down there. But going on what you were talking about, the defensive unit, I think they need to be able to split the defenders. So with no Jeremy Howe out there, try and get one-on-one Darcy Moore as often as you can with Tom Lynch. Try and get a one-on-one with Rewalt and Young Samson. Young Samson's going to be up against it tonight because it's not his conditions. He's a 200-centimetre loping big forward who's only playing his second game of football. So he just needs to make every contest he possibly can and bring the ball to ground level for the younger players and the smaller players to do their job.
Das, the heat is on.
Well, the heat is on Nick Dacos, strangely, because the whole world is talking about him in a way that very few have in the past. And Nate Brown said he's going to win the Brownlow medal last night, and to have a player that you're going to tag at half-back in just your second year is remarkable. He's a superstar, but he's not superhuman. So at some point in time, he's going to have a patch, Howie, where it's going to get tough for him. So he's such a ripper. You hope that doesn't happen tonight.
Yeah, he is a star. He's such a beautiful kick of the football. Darcy Moore has wandered out in the middle. The Tigers skipper not too far away. He's just wandering over now. Dylan Grimes. Can we have a listen, Jace, to what's happening in the middle? Thank you.
Hey, Dylan, it's your call. Heads or tails? Tails is the call. Head, it is. Darcy. You won. Thanks, guys.
Darcy's one. I didn't actually see which direction he pointed.
I think he pointed
City end.
to the City end.
City end. Damo, always my favourite part of the show, no matter how good the show is. So I always wait for your headline in the tabloid press tomorrow. Where are we going?
Had this one in the back pocket for a while, Howie, waiting for a rainy day, and it literally is a rainy day, so we'll go with it. Collingwood wins, so you then go Collingwood focus. More MOORE, please.
Underwhelming.
What's got to do with the rain?
You like it.
Any headline that you need to explain through the spelling probably lacks a bit of...
No, but you just need to explain that the Moore is Darcy Moore.
Yeah.
What's it got to do with the rain?
Pretty good pre-game until then now.
Might be time for you, as Chief would say, to ship off, Damo.
Might be time to vacate the seat.
Well done, Damo.
And bring
Great
Damo.
work here as always.
See you, boys.
Enjoy the rest of the night. Enjoy the footy. The best there is, Damien Barrett. All right, players are sort of wandering out to their area. Where's the Chew Man? Is he here yet? He's just sort of sneaking in under the desk. It's great to see the little champion in his 25th year, I think, isn't he, the Chew?
25th year celebration
25th year.
for the Chew Man. And just for those listening at home, we've got some decent rain across the MCG at the moment. Looking up at Light Tower number 5, and you can see that swirling breeze, and that is pretty decent rain. So it's going to be slippery at the start. And as Chief said, it's unnerving liking Collingwood so much. It actually makes you feel a bit uncomfortable. I think this even suits them more, the way they surge the ball and flow. I don't think they're going to have any problem, Nate Brown, as well, with the greasy footy.
Well, they're both surge teams, aren't they? Collingwood just do it in a different way. Richmond bully the ball forward, where Collingwood are a little bit more calculated and they run and carry the football.
All set at the MCG. The Tigers take on the Pies. Rain sheeting across the ground. Cameron is in the middle. Away we go. Big early fly and a jump from Nankervis. Players immediately descend into the middle. How are you, Chewy? Great to have you here, brother.
Yeah, good evening, Howie. Great to be here. Big crowd. They averaged 75,000 from their past 4 meetings at the G.
Big crowd tonight. Whips out the side. A little tap from Hill was clever to side bottom. The Alonso lookalike goes out of mid-air down the ground. Bolter comes back with the flight. He's being pushed around a touch by a couple of Collingwood players. One of them was Dan McStay, and it goes out of bounds, and it's being paid as insufficient intent. So Collingwood will get the free kick on the outer side, Das.
It's going to be Taylor Adams, just tucked up on that intersection of the 50-metre arc and the boundary line. He goes for a spearing pass. Check the target through his hands. To go, he picks it up, snaps, and hits the post. About halfway up. Would have been the ideal start for the Magpies. One behind instead.
This is Triple M footy, prime time for Jim Beam. It's set to be an epic match, and that's worth raising a Jim Beam. Drink responsibly. So Rioli runs out off half back. We'll get to Tommy Brown shortly. Immediately turns it over. Went for a spearing ball. Kicked it straight to Goey, who drops it into the pocket towards Hill in the long sleeves. Does well to bring it to ground. Dangerous player. Snaps towards goal. It won't make the distance. Big fly in the square. Coming down really hard. Was my check. There's a snap, but I reckon it's touched off the boot of McStay. So another behind. 2 behinds. The Pies. Bob Jane, teammates. Tommy Brown. Come in, Tom.
Howie, notwithstanding the weather, an incredible atmosphere. I reckon the crowd is up well over 80,000 despite this rain, which has eased in the last minute or so. So let's hope it stays that way. I've taken a degree of shelter. I'll explain more about that later, Howie. Don't want to affect that hairstyle or what's left of it.
A degree of shelter. Tommy, I love Brody Myercheck, Chief. His first launch of that footy.
Honest as the day's long.
Always gives a great contest as Brody Myercheck. Consistently competitive and everything. This is Nankervis. Wins his own clearance. Skies it to half forward. And nicely read, Johnny Noble. And this is where you see the running guard of the Pies. They get rolling. Josh Dakosh has got it on this member's wing. That was a bit of a missed kick with a slippery footy. Through some hands. Picked up by Daniel Rioli. Got it to Morris. The Rioli's combined. That's a good thing if you're barrack for the Tigers. Beautiful centering kick from Morris. Finds the 3-time premiership captain in Trent Cotchin. He goes out to the weird unit, Camden McIntosh. Howie.
Jacob Hopper told us pre-game the weirdest man he's ever met. Loves him, but a little bit different.
And the weirdest man he thinks he ever will meet.
Yes. So the ball's on the outer side. High ball inside 50. Lynch is outnumbered. He's got 3 to compete with. Really well picked up though. Ground level snap. What a start that is for the Tigers. It's the man that can do it all. Shea Bolton with the opener. And in wet conditions, that was something a touch tasty. 1 straight, the Tigers. The Pies 2 behinds. That is all in your Triple M Beacon Tradie scoreboard, supporting tradies, 120 stores, a wide range of lighting and electrical products, and expert trade teams who offer the best services, making every tradie's job easier.
Well, he finds the instinctive ones easier, doesn't he, Shea Bolton? If he had a set shot on that occasion, Chief, I'm not sure it would have been the same result, but it was a brilliant pick-up and spin out of trouble. The mark was dropped by Darcy Cameron. Now, he dominated last week against Port Adelaide. He marked everything that came his way. Should have marked that one. Came to ground with the wet conditions, and Shea Bolton was the only man there.
Yeah, importantly, from a Richmond perspective, you have to punish the Collingwood mistakes. You're right. Should have marked it. They had numbers there, Brownie, but as soon as it came to ground, he was in the right spot. That's what they've got to do. Take full toll of the Collingwood errors.
Jeez, that's a good finish. Wet footy. Shea Bolton made it look just easy. Others are really finding it hard to get a handle on it. To Goey, picked it up cleanly, surges it forward to Pendlebury. Taylor Adams, Marlon Pickett, approach with a tackle. Now Josh Dacos was able to get through a Blostone tackle. A bit of a shank of a kick again from Josh. It hit someone flush in the face, Chief. Who was that?
Grimes.
He's got a Sharon printed all over the front of his head. Here comes side bottom to go back inside forward 50.
Might have been Miller, sorry, Jack.
Now a chance for Ash Johnson. Good to see him back. Playing in the big time, very talented man. The Tigers' defence combined to get it out to the wing. Lynch probably happy to see this one over the boundary line, wrapped up. Strong tackle. Billy Frampton involved in that. And on the Shane Warne stand wing side of the MCG, we'll have a ball up.
Big jobs for Billy Frampton. Week 1, he had Charlie Dixon. Week 2, Tom Lynch, both mountain of men.
Tight on the boundary line.
Mountain of men.
That's it, Jeff.
Come again, Dusty, Toby. On the meter.
Man Mountain.
Thank you, Big Nathan. Cameron will be battling alongside Nankervis. What's happening with Nick Dacos, Nate? Have you had an idea what's happening out there yet?
Jack Graham's playing half forward at the moment, so he's picking up Nick Davis. It's not a lockdown, but it's certainly paying attention too.
Nick Davis. See it, but I don't believe it. What about Nick Dacos?
Yep, him too.
As the ball's drifting down the outer side, Nate's had a real slow start in the first quarter. There is Nick Davis or Dacos, whichever you like. Goes to side bottom. Just a little left foot squeezer down the line. Grimes is in best position. There's a little hold on the jumper though. It's going to go the way of Grimes against Johnson, I think.
Dylan Grimes, little 15-metre kick, finds the human meatball Prestia.
Yeah, he's right.
Happy to take some time on that outer winger now. Bombs down the line. Rewalt's going to have a launch at it from behind. Lynch in front. Front and centre. Pendlebury. Rare to see him run down. And it was Ryan Mansell did a really nice job. Rewarded with holding the footy to Vlostone. Tigers have set it well in this game. Daniel Rioli's got it. Centre half forward. Kicking to the punt road end of the MCG, the Tigers.
No pace in this game at the moment. Collingwood like pace, but Richmond have been able to slow it down.
Rioli to the top of the goal square. Defensive fist came from Darcy Moore. To Goey taken out of it. Josh Dacos athletically and skillfully picked it up. Down the line, the Tigers are able to get it deliberate. Chiefs picked it up and it was there. So I thought there might have been a bit of benefit of the doubt, Chief, but no, it's going to be a deliberate out of bounds. Free kick goes the way of the Magpies.
Well, it's the defender double fisting the ball that's bounced, so it wasn't a marking contest. But in the wet, you're right, they might cut a bit more slack.
Jamie Elliott, defensive side of the wing. Hacked back towards Rioli. Centre wing right in front of Tommy Brown. And Rioli picks it up like it's a wet weather day. Gives it to his cousin Daniel. They stream forward off the boot of Baker. Low little slider to Jack Revolt. Darcy Moore goes off the ground. A lot of errors being made. It's a very wet footy. Cameron just hacks it forward off the ground, only as far as Boston. He sees something he likes on the outer side. It's a good, long, searching ball. Ryan Mansell can't take the mark. Bounces off his chest ball in dispute.
Maynard, resolute defender. He's just handled that one over the line, and that occasion, nothing doing. The Tiger Army not happy about that.
Like the pressure that the Tigers are bringing early, they're not allowing Collingwood to dictate play when they get possession.
4-point lead to Richmond, 1 straight to 2 behinds. Early stages, first term, Friday night footy here at the Triple MCG, and side bottom combines with Maynard. Thought about a little handball to Adams and then went to Tom Mitchell, who's filled that role nicely, Nate Brown, hasn't he?
He's going really well.
They needed a inside contested player, Tom Mitchell. Perfect candidate, and he's doing it beautifully. McStay. Well done, Myercheck. He's gained 20 metres, landed in the lap of Ash Johnson, who goes short. And that is going to be a mark to Hill. Clever play from the Magpies. They've created something out of nothing, and Bobby Hill can score.
You're right, they did create something out of nothing. The Ash Johnson kick, I thought he maybe was trying to get to the blowout who was in the goal square, and then he just sort of half pulled the kick, and it was a tough one to make.
Bobby Hill, as casual as you could be. That was 15 metres out directly in front with the wet footy, and he went the Stevie J snap, and it went straight through. So the Pies kicked their first 1-2-8. The Tigers won straight 6 on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
It's the first time I've seen them move the ball from half back without any Richmond player really touching the football. It's the way Collingwood play. And it was a lackadaisical kick from that player in the pocket as well that came back. And then it was a nice mark. I thought he was going to be under too much pressure to take that, Chief, but it was a nice take in the wet weather.
Triple M Red Z Lending stats, Red Z Lending loans for the self-employed, REDZED.com.
Yeah, still side bottom, number one rated player for the Magpies last week with 24 and a goal. Leading ball winner at the moment with 4 touches and a clearance.
Just a goal apiece. Tigers have got themselves in the contest. A pressure rating of 224, which is absolutely elite at the moment.
Looks good in the Collingwood long sleeves, Bobby Hill. Suits him beautifully. Cameron in the middle. Hustled off the footy. In the path of Bolton. Here it's 50. He's already kicked one goal from 52. It won't be a goal. Darcy Moore comes back athletically to cut off the big fella, Sampson. And the ball goes out of bounds with Richmond deep in attack.
Punt road end. As Chief just said, super special comment style. The Tigers have brought some heat. Early part of this game, 2-point lead to Collingwood. Nankervis. This is Isaac Quainer combining with Maynard. Outstanding young player, Quainer. McCreary had a couple to contend with. Manages to just guide it his own. He was fast, wasn't he? Just burned off a couple to get about an extra 55 metres all the way to the attacking part of the wing for the Magpies. Well played by McCreary, who haven't thrown in right in front of Tommy Brown. But Bob James, so what are you doing down there, Tommy? Are you hiding somewhere?
No, I'm in front of the benches, Darth, but just undercover slightly just to mitigate any suit damage and in particular hair damage.
Bob Jane Team Arts, buy 3 get 1 free deals plus instant cashback. Call or order online today. T&Cs apply. You haven't got that mohair camel jacket on you, have you, Tommy?
No, I don't. Just the standard suit. Howie, I'm a little bit ill-equipped tonight, despite having everything relevant at home. It's not here.
Can you see him, Howie? Where is he under the cover somewhere, Tommy?
No,
put your hand up and wave to us, Tommy.
Back in non-boundary riding areas, to be honest, to someone that's got experience down there. I can see the ABC chap. He's out in the rain, and a couple other AMs. Ball out on the full off the boot of the Tigers. Goes to Maynard. He immediately turns it over, though. Kicks it straight into the path of big Noah Bolter, who goes back and across to true centre-half back. Grimes wobbles the ball out of defence. Not his best effort. Let's see side bottom coming the other way. He's got Bobby Hill in the pocket. Oh, we love Bobby Hill. And he's already thinking, how am I going to kick this? From 35, 3 metres inside the boundary. Provides a spark, this chap.
He's already kicked one around the corner. He's certainly going to go around the corner here from a tighter angle in the pocket.
You know what he is, Nath? He's a bums on seats man.
He is a bums on seats man.
Come on, Bobby, in the long sleeves. He kicked the last goal of the match. He's 35 out. He's facing perpendicular to the goal, as the mathematicians would call it. He plays on, hits the post, Bobby. One behind. You'd normally expect to kick that 1-3-9. The Pies, the Tigers, 1 straight 6 on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
He's playing well. He's probably keeping Jack Ginnivan out of a spot in this senior side at the moment. Had a really good start to his career at Collingwood. Richmond can't afford to make those mistakes, though. They've put the pressure on Collingwood early. They've been able to slow the game down, but to give away those opportunities at goal, in front of goal, they can't do.
Nathan Brown, the Chief, Jason Dunstall, that's your Triple M Seabus Super Special comments. Seabus Super making hard work pay off as the Tiger defence combine Rioli to Ross. They're just out of their defensive 50. Ross is going to long bomb down the line. They get good representation normally. Nankervis, front and centre Presti was good. Mansell stepped through a Nick Dacos tackle. In fact, that was Judson Clark. Now, Ross, so some of the newer faces for the Tigers. Mitchell got the high one. Free kick. Puts his head over the footy, Tom Mitchell. He looks like an Oompa Loompa out there, Tommy Mitchell. He's got red paint all over his face.
From the big Toyota logo.
Ball goes out of bounds on the outer side. What are you seeing, Q-Man, on the Red Zetters?
Still side bottom, number one ranked player, 5 disposals and 3 inside 50s. And Josh Dacos, he's racked up 4, averaging 27 from 2 rounds this year.
How's your summer, Tuopolo?
Very good summer, Howie. Saw a number of bands and
did you?
went to the races. Yeah, beautiful summer.
We missed you on the cricket. What band did you see, Chewy?
I saw James Rain actually at the Corner Hotel and a couple of several tribute bands as well at the Crown.
Saw a Kiss tribute band, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Got a very good memory. Yeah.
You like the Queen tributes, don't you?
Yeah, I saw a Queen
where
tribute
the
band.
statisticians go up to
Lake
Baruga or wherever. Anyway, Collingwood, they send the ball inside 50. Johnson hits it hard. Goes out of bounds with Collingwood and attack. They lead it by 3 behinds, 1-3 to 1 straight.
Really slow game at the moment. Tigers just chipping the ball around. But the dangerous part about chipping the ball around on a game on a night like tonight is if you do turn it over and your skills aren't as good as they need to be, Collingwood are going to sweat on that and have it in their half of the ground.
Myercheck doing some forward line ruck work. Touched off the boot of Tyler Young. It's been picked up by the super talented Nick Dacos. Skies that one inside forward 50. Huge pack form as it ricochets off hands out of bounds. So the Magpies get to reload. They won't mind just enjoying some time in their forward 50. Had a bit of pressure. Got a sharp new haircut, Nick Dacos. Bit of the Nate Brown undercut about it. Good tackle from Dan McStay. And they will load up again, the Pies.
One thing you do need to do is take your opportunities tonight. You're not going to get that many where you get nice, easy set shots, so you've got to take them when you get them. It's going to be a scrappy game.
Rioli's kick has been marked on the chest. Nick Dacos, just a great ability to stay in the game. He pushed up from half-back and he looks around and with a 45-metre shot, he'll take that.
Yeah, it's the other thing that the Collingwood defenders do. They take an aggressive position, so they'll always take front position. They'll look to say, close enough to get involved in the play, but close enough to get back if I need to worry about the ball going over the top.
Saw him moonlight forward a couple of times last year and he looked equally capable as a forward. What an exciting player, Nick Dacos. Good looking attempt. He might have just tried to overkick it.
Wow.
Pete's shaking the head. He's sitting up there, the great Peter Dacos, enjoying watching his 2 boys play, and that one out of bounds on the full. So 1-3-9 the Magpies, 1 straight 6 the Tigers. That is all on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Here come Richmond from that free kick, sending it down the line, and Darcy Cameron, underrated how important he is for mine, Nath Brown.
He was brilliant last week, best man on the ground, just about.
Goes by hand to Nick Dacos. Side bottom sees it out of bounds again on the outer side.
Winning the territory battle at the moment. 72% of the first quarter played in Collingwood's forward half.
Umpire just trying to dry the ball off on his shirt. Collingwood just in attack. They lead at 1-3 to 1 straight. They've had 72% of the time in the forward half. McIntosh, little check side down the outer wing. Lynch can't take possession. Frampton takes care of that. And Lynch just crashes into a player. There'll be a free kick away the Pies.
He's very good at being clumsy, Tom Lynch, isn't he? He's one of the best at just giving accidental clips and bumps and high knocks around.
Bit of the Dustin Fletchers about him. Tom Lynch had a happy knack. Fletcher accidentally cleaning a few up along the journey. Myercheck in front, off hand, side bottom's been prominent. But here's Shea Bolton. Kicked a ripping goal, the first one of the match. Frampton took front position in front of Tom Lynch. That's a massive match-up in this game for mine, Billy Frampton. You know how dangerous Tom Lynch is.
Oh, it is, because he kicked 6 last time that they played against each other. Darcy Moore was his opponent for all 6 of those. So interesting that Collingwood have elected not to go with Darcy Moore tonight, sending to the young player in Samson to try and free him up. Frampton gets the big job.
Crisper's being stood by Jack Ross at the moment. And again, the ball, how many times have been out of bounds, Stu? Seems like a lot on the Red Zetters.
Number of stoppages, you're spot on, Howie. It's 9 times it's happened.
The ball's gone out of bounds in the first 20 minutes.
Hasn't lit up yet, Howard, has it?
No, it hasn't. And the rain is continuing to float across the MCG from Two-Man's Way down Point Cook and just coming from the west across the MCG. DeGoey by hand. Josh Dacos! Got him! Run down behind by Morris Rioli.
Second one we've seen, Howie. Mansell with a ripper earlier and now Rioli.
How good Morris Rioli. Tiger fans just love everything he does. McIntosh, hard running through 50, centres it towards the goal square. Samson Ryan, the young big forward, competed pretty well off hands out of bounds.
I don't think there's anything more uplifting for a team than a chase down tackle that creates the turnover. Absolutely brilliant from Morris Rioli.
He's going to make a few pretty nervous, Chief Morris, over here. He's got that lightning speed. Loves the forward pressure element of the game. He's not far away from this contest as well. Keep your eye on it. Lynch falls over. Here he is again, Morris. He's just hunting after the footy. The Tiger defenders, so the Magpie defenders get it out. McStay picks it up on the back of a drop mark from Nankervis. McStay shanked it, kick forward, and it's been paid deliberate out of bounds.
That's harsh on a ruckman, Duke, suggesting he had more skill to do something better than that.
I'm not sure we call him McStay a ruckman, are we?
Well, playing in that sort of position.
He plays full.
Grimes with his hair plastered down to his head in the rain.
Phil's camera.
Lynch flies early. Tommy Mitchell to De Goey. Here's something for Collingwood. Jordan sends a 60-metre towards the ruckman McStay, and it's beautifully fisted away. Noah Bolter came from 8 metres back with a big fist of fury and punched it out of bounds. Beautifully defended.
And then did a forward tumble tuck to get himself back up. Have a look at this on the Harvey Norman replay, Howard. He just rolls himself over. 9 intercept marks last week for that man, Noah Bolter, so he's in good form.
That's some serious athleticism, what he did afterwards. Like a circus performer. Popped back up on his feet. McStay is doing the ruck work, Chief, at the moment. De Goey with strength and skill bends it towards goal. And misses 1-4-10 Collingwood. 1 straight 6 the Tigers. 8 minutes remaining in the first term. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Seems to be getting a lot of it, De Goey, Ash.
Well, 7 disposals, leading Bourbon on the ground.
Collingwood hemming it in attack. Another harried snap towards goal. And again it's McStay, and it's again a poster. Collingwood peppering the sticks 1-5-11. Richmond 1 straight 6 round the grounds. Noodles, how the mighty Melbourne Storm going?
Choice hotels around the ground. Storm, first try. They've got the conversion. They're 6-0 up against the Rabbitohs.
Who scored the try, Nate?
Billy Slater.
Billy's back.
I wasn't watching, Howard. I just saw the score.
That's a good story. We have the great Billy back. Coaching New South Wales. Billy Slater, and that will make one of the great coaches in world sport, Craig Bellamy, happy. Gets a touch grumpy when they're non-competitive, the Storm, which is very rare. Here's a chance for Noah Bolter, athletic key defender. He showed a little bit of that to Darcy Cameron, who won it back, took it off Marlon Pickett, side bottom, caresses a left footer. That is a beautiful kick through the hands of Billy Elliott. Hands it off to De Goey, who's been prominent. Myercheck, good use of the body, got rid of Grimes. Grimes fought back well. Myercheck dumped him in a tackle. And they have a little bit of a face-to-face. Good contest, that one. 1-5-11 to 1 straight 6. 5-point lead to the Pies. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Getting on top, Collingwood. They're dodging bullets at the moment. The Tigers, 1 goal, 5. Could be a lot more, the lead. Instead of 5 points, could easily be 3 or 4 goals.
Pushed out of the ruck. Big Samson does well. Samson Ryan. Now McIntosh goes the way of Taranto. Bends it down the outer side. Back to McIntosh. No look hand pass in the hands of Josh Dacos. He sends it back whence it came. But Rioli's there and immediately hits Cochin.
Having a look through the corridor here, the Tigers. This is where they're dangerous. Shea Bolton managed to get hold of the footy. It's incredible skill to do it. Ash Johnson's kick was almost a fresh airy. De Goey has been good too, man. What's he had so far?
9 touches.
Cameron McIntosh, the AFL logo out of wing. Inside 50, Rewalt used the body nicely. Front and centre, Shea Bolton. Chance coming up for the Tigers. They get it into forward 50 again. Lynch was on a lead, but the kick wasn't great, Chief, and it's been marked back there by Sidebottom.
Good opportunity, though. They've got to make the most of those because they're not getting great looks up forward at the moment. The Tigers is being played at the other end.
Sidebottom, long ball down the line. Johnson flies from about 3 deep. Maynard's run down from behind. He had prior opportunity. Really good tackle in the end. It was by Judson Clark, the man out of East Ringwood. Judson.
If you're Damien Hardwick, you're happy with the intent by Richmond. That's his 3rd run-down tackle so far on the Magpies.
So he plays on, long left foot ball, deep towards Rebold, hasn't been sighted. He's about to mark it on his chest, and Billy Frampton just got a hand in Darcy and pressed it across the line.
Good start by Frampton. Last week against Charlie Dixon, he'd had 2 goals kicked on him within the first 7 minutes, and signs looked ominous. Picked himself up after that, did a really good job, and he's had a really good start to tonight.
Nath Brown, the Chief Jason Dunstall, Triple M Seabus Super Special comments. Best ever in the back row. combination. Here's still side bottom. A little bit of a shank of a kick. McCreary's working for a holding the ball decision. He's got a Tiger player trapped underneath him. Umpire not having a bar of that. It was Jack Rewalt on the bottom of that. Samson Ryan, big height advantage over Ash Johnson. Free kick coming up to Judson Clark, who was held without possession, and he's right on that boundary line, the Dom Sheed side of the MCG. Centering kick, not bad. Ralph Smith tries to slap it back to Pickett. Has a bit of a fumble. Sock it out of his hands by McStay. Noah Bolter wrapped up, and it's an half forward. It's going to be thrown up. The Tigers attacking to that end, the punt road end.
It's become really important, the clearances and how clear those clearances are tonight with it being wet. If Collingwood can get on top in the clearances, it's hard to see how Richmond contain them.
Mitchell off the bottom of the pack. Dacos, it was Nick. Might have caught one high, so a free kick going the way of Nick Dacos. He's got it right in the middle of the MCG. His team lead at 1-5-11 to Richmond 1 straight 6. He sends it to the outer side into the hands of McCreary, who marks on his chest in front of Rioli.
Become a really important player for Collingwood with his pace at half forward and his ability to shut players down.
It's a high board, all land about 20 from home. McStay's just shoving the back of the pack. Somehow got away with it, and it goes across the line. Big shove on the Triple M Harvey Norman replay. Bonus deals across a huge range of Bosch appliances now at Harvey Norman.
I feel like the Pies have had the bulk of the opportunity they've had in this forward 50 end, city end of the MCG regularly. Can they manufacture a goal here? Samson Ryan. First look at the young big man live. 6 centimetre tall. The Tigers trying to work through some forward pressure. Josh Dacos.
Feels like a domination to the Pies, Duke, but it's only 11 inside 50s to 9, so only +2. It's just that Richmond have had 9 inside 50s, but Lynch yet to touch it, Rewalt yet to touch it. So the forwards at the moment not getting their hands on the footy for the Tigers.
It was thrown out by Mitchell. Picked up by Taranto, the former Giant. Shea Bolton, just a magical player, one-on-one. So hard to beat. Rewalt's first touch. Slapped it out. It's been surged forward. Billy Frampton in the way. Stood up again, Billy. So thrown up. True centre wing. Shane Warne stands side of the MCG. It's the Magpies by 5 points.
Samson, Ash.
Mitchell being stood again with Jack Ross, who's been pretty busy. Nick Dacos, what's he up to? Chew with that hand pass.
7 touches.
Jack Crisp, beautiful ball. Hits Jamie Elliott on the chest, but it's fisted away by Grimes. Out of bounds. Triple M Seabus Super. Seabus Super making hard work pay. If you got the Chief Noodles, the number 1 on any wireless on a Friday night. Security throw the ball back into the umpire on the outer side. Collingwood just in attack, leading it by 5 behinds. They've kicked 1-5. Richmond to 1 straight. What are the inside 50s, Chew?
11 to 9 Collingwood's way, but time in the front half. Collingwood at 64%, Richmond only at 36.
Free kick to Ryan Sampson in the ruck dust.
Daniel Rioli signalling for some ball movement, kicks down the line, and Quainer heard that beautiful. Been called to play on. Look out, Morris Rioli's lurking. To Nick Dacos, back to Noble. Sends it long down the line. On a contest from McStay, who was outpointed by Noah Bolter. Big power athlete that he is. Too big and strong for McStay on that occasion. Dumping kick to centre half forward. Quainer again coming third man in over the top of Lynch. Little fumble from Tom Mitchell. Bolton taken off it by Noble. Here comes Rioli, that's Morris. Pies defenders working hard. They get it to Josh Dacos. Tumbles it. Ash Johnson, clever little tap on. Superb stuff. Jack Crisp. Wonderfully consistent player he's become. Going to work a 1-2 with Adams. It was a Polly Farmer type handball. Crisp gets it forward. Charging at it was Grimes. Picked up by Elliott. McStay. He tried to toe poke it over the top unselfishly, and it was a bit of a no man's land kick and rushed through. So the Pies go to 1-6-12. They lead Richmond 1 straight 6 on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Yeah, needed to take the shot. It was almost an impossible chip over the top. Haven't taken their opportunities, Collingwood. They've allowed the Tigers to stay right in this.
The athletic Hugo Ralph Smith plays on and boots it 60 metres down the line. Noble at ground level. Ball in dispute. Spills out the back to Tom Mitchell. Just gets that little pick up and gives it off to the distributor, Nick Dacos. he sees something he likes in the middle and hits crisp. And, Nate, that's what he can do. That's a gutsy kick in these circumstances.
Absolutely. And look at the field position against Collingwood. He was up against the boundary line on the outer wing. Now they're in the middle of the MCG.
The crisper with a left footer. How many games has he played in a row now, Chewy?
191st consecutive game.
191 games in a row,
Yep.
Chief. It's extraordinary.
Great durability, discipline, body management, all those sorts of things. And a dose of luck. You need it in this game.
7th longest ever streak, Chief, in VFL AFL history, that from Jack Crisp. Started when he was at Brisbane in 2014. Good to see. Ash Johnson did nicely. Handed it off to Adams. His kick was smothered. Little fumble from Marlon Pickett. Side bottom tracking him. McIntosh spirals it out and lands in Laverioli. What a gift. Over the top to Rewald. The kick was just a centimetre too long. Billy Frampton came in. Immediately tackled by Rewald. And that looked like a certain goal that's gone missing.
Big play by Frampton. Chief.
He got his skipper out of jail, Brandy, because Darcy Moore took off when he was never, ever going to impact the play.
Oh, big fly in the ruck by Johnson. Stood on someone's head. Falls to Cochin, who gets a hurried snap away, the former skipper. But in the end, it goes out on the full minute and a half to go. First term, Collingwood won 6-12. Richmond won straight 6 behinds.
Funny thing is, he kicks that, they're all square, Howie. So it's just going to come down to who can take the opportunities.
And Curvis went flying underneath the footy. Ash Johnson, welcome back. He's looked pretty slick. Look at Chris storming through the middle of the MCG. Hands it off to Pendlebury. Looking for and finding Myercheck.
That's a good mark.
Big contested mark, mate.
Up against two really good players too in Bolter and also their main intercept man, Gloston. So I thought that the crumbs were going to come down to Collingwood's player in Elliott at the ground level, but he's going back with the flight against two of them. They both fly, and he just hung in the air. He elevated himself a little bit. That is a tough mark to take, Brody Myercheck, and you said he goes all day, Chief.
Pies leading goal kicker in each of the past 4 years. 3 of those he was on the rookie list, Brody Myercheck. They've rewarded him with a spot on the senior list, and he deserves every bit of it. Brody Myercheck kicks the second goal of the night for the Magpies. They're 2-6-18. Tigers are 1 straight 6. That's all on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
It's a goal they deserve, Collingwood. They've had so much of the play. Finally, they find the big white sticks instead of the little ones, so they get a couple of goals out in front. He's come into this under an injury cloud. He had a badly dislocated finger that broke the skin, required stitches. He's showing no signs of that when you can take a mark of that quality over players in wet conditions. Terrific play.
Triple M Red Z, Collingwood plus 31 in contested ball after 2 rounds. That's their average. They're already at plus 12 nearing quarter time.
Back in the middle we go. Bolton with the opener, then Hill and Myercheck replying for the Pies, who lead it by 2 goals. And he's 1 goal 6 on the scoreboard, though. Pendlebury just doing what he does in the middle, bends it forward. Bobby Hill trying to hassle it forward. Does he put a short sleever on now? Nate, as the ball goes out of bounds.
Absolutely, yes.
On the full, that makes it a bit confusing.
A little bit
Pumped up
warm.
his long sleeve, and now he's got
a limp.
A short and a limp. Out of bounds, right in front of the boundary riders. Not quite Tommy Brown there. And he goes to Rioli, who just mungs it forward. I don't see that very often. Straight to Pendlebury, who was so surprised he dropped a mark. Josh Dacos, McCreery, good battle with Daniel Rioli on the outer side. McCreery, Rioli takes front position. Does really well to scoop it forward, only as far as the crisper though. He throws it onto a left boot. Coming back the other way is Bolter. Takes on the tackle of Chris. Quarter time, scrappy, probably condition-led. Head to Macca's for 10 chicken McBites for just $3. What a one-handed grab. Collingwood lead it 2 goals 6 to 1 straight 6. The Tigers by 12 points. McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M Rocks Footy.
That quarter for Beacon Trade, supporting tradies with over 120 stores, a wide range of lighting and electrical products, and expert trade teams who offer the best services, making every tradie's job easier.
For McDonald's.
Triple M Rocks Footy.
For a Friday night feed, head to Macca's for 10 chicken McBites for just $3. What a one-handed grab.
Hi, it's Marty Sheargold from Triple M's Marty Sheargold Show, and right now, Triple M rocks football.
Footy's on the radio. Max, go on. One thing they always say about Scott Pendlebury is because he played basketball. Look how much time he's got.
There is two stories that always get called out. One is Scott Pendlebury played basketball, and I had a dart on the way to training.
They're the two.
They are the two.
Triple M's Marty Sheargold Show. Weekdays from 6 on Triple M. Get the podcast now from the Listener app.
40 crispy chicken McNuggets are for friends. Together with tangy Cajun sauce, close friends only. Pick up juicy chicken and tangy Cajun at Macca's drive-thru today. Select items available for a limited time.
What about cleaners?
Yep.
Mechanics?
Uh-huh.
Builders?
Oh, yeah.
Whatever hard work you do, Cbus are making your money work as hard as you.
Power workers?
Yep.
Factory workers?
Mm-hmm.
What about truckies?
What do you think?
Cbus Super, making hard work pay off. To consider if Cbus is right for you, go to cbussuper.com.au for a PDS and TMD. Past performance is not a reliable indicator of future performance.
Thanks to KO Sports, Triple M's Rush Hour is getting out the crystal ball. Listen to JB and Billy weekdays from 4 to hear their footy predictions. Then see if they come true on KO Sports. Get the game you want when you want this footy season on KO.
Hello, Frank Walker from National Tiles. For 43 years, National Tiles has consistently given our customers the best value for money tiles in Australia. Here's proof. Magnificent polished Verona floor tiles. National Tiles' best value price of $39 is over 20% below the market. That's right, 20% below the market every day of the year. Yes, I personally guarantee you National Tiles has the best value for money tiles in Australia every day of the year.
Hi, it's me, your lawn. On behalf of lawns everywhere, a reminder not to ignore us this autumn. We'll make it worth your while.
It takes more than mowing and watering to make your lawn barefoot ready. It takes Yates Weed and Feed.
I'd like to tell you about Bridget. She's 12, loves horses, and is fighting a brain tumour. She also has an inspirational wish. A wish you can help make come true. Bridget has wished for a gentle horse to take to Pony Club and learn to ride again.
Helping sick kids find hope is something we all have the power to do. You can help create inspirational wishes. Find out how at makeawish.org.au.
If you're the kind of person who likes to fix their own car, just hop on eBay. Find a part for every car on eBay.
At David Jones right now, take 50% off the regular price of mattresses by Sealy Posturepedic and Sleepmaker, plus receive complimentary delivery. Available in store and online. Ask about interest-free options too. T's and C's apply.
David Jones.
An Easter travel tip from Sheen Panel Service. New penalties now apply for the use of portable, wearable and inbuilt devices whilst driving. A road safety message from Sheen Panel Service, keeping you on the road.
Sheen Panel Service. Shut up! The footy's on the radio!
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Titanium Caravans. Tough on and off the field.
Collingwood 2-6-18. Richmond 1 straight 6. The Pies by 2 goals. Bolton with the opener for Richmond. Then Hill and Myercheck replied. Bob Jane T-Marts. They've got wonderful buy 3 get 1 free deals plus instant cashback. Call or order online today. T&C's applied. Tom Brown.
Howie, the good news as far as the conditions are concerned is the rain has eased notably, which is good. And as far as the injuries are concerned, there's been none tonight. So that's certainly good news. I noticed Jay said with Myercheck and his finger, that was a great mark considering he was under an injury cloud for much of the week, as was Darcy Moore today, but he's A-OK as well. So everything's right from an injury perspective so far tonight, Howie. I enjoyed that Formula 1 discussion before the game as well.
Who's going to win, Brownie?
Oh, I think it's pretty obvious that the Red Bulls are quicker, but I liked Jace's reference to James Hunt. He was a bit of a legend back in the day and fitted a lot into a short life.
Do you think Sergio Perez has a realistic chance of beating Max Verstappen for the championship?
He keeps saying he does, but there's absolutely no way he will.
Is Dan Ricciardo back in a car next year? Is that on the cards?
Possibly. Probably not a good car, though.
Really?
The time will tell. Good luck to Oscar Piastri. Now, Two-Man, Reds headers, please.
Nick Dacos, equal leading ball winner for the Magpies with 9, along with Sidebottom and Mitchell. And for the Tigers, Bolton, he's their number 1 ranked player with 8 disposals and a major.
Chieftain and the Noodles.
Well, I thought that Richmond really tried to slow the game down at the start. So first 7 to 8, 9 minutes, I thought the game was played on Richmond's terms and Collingwood couldn't get the fast game going. Then they started to win the ground balls, Collingwood. At one point it was 26 to 17, being the wet conditions. Then the ball started in Collingwood's half of the ground, and Richmond found it really hard to get it from that end to the other end. Every time they tried to play the slow play, they turned it over. The only reason why they're not 5 goals down is Collingwood haven't converted their opportunities. Collingwood had some really good looks at the goal. 2 goals, 6 keeps Richmond in it.
Choice Hotels around the ground. Howie, Melbourne Storm up in Sydney against the Rabbitohs have a 12-6 lead.
Come on, the Storm.
Good news for our Melbourne Storm. So the second quarter ready to get underway. We've got some fireworks in the background here over the...
What's that for, Dales?
What's going on in Melbourne tonight, the fireworks?
Something to do with the Grand Prix, wouldn't it?
Yeah, would have thought so.
Collingwood have a 12-point lead over the Tigers as we start the second term for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M Rocks footy to Goey. Been impressive, so too Pendlebury. Superb to Crisp. Back out to DeGoey. Get his numbers in a moment. Two-man Ash Johnson. They're good hands. You've got a nice dry Sharon when you start the second term. It's been a bit slippery out here. Beautiful take from Johnson.
Great centre clearance and a beautiful kick after he initially got the ball out. He gets it back to go. I mean, the effort to get it again after being the one that got the tap from the ruckman is first class, and the kick to Johnson was brilliant.
Been a great part of the mix for Collingwood. A lad from the Clare Valley in South Australia was playing at the lower level, and he looks to be a really talented player. Did some great things last year, and he's got a big smile on his face. Ash Johnson kicks his first goal. The Pies are 3-6-24. The Tigers 1 straight 6. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
This tell he's got a football brain, Chief. He does the basics of the game well. Then he can take a big hanger as well. Half back before, when the Collingwood kicked that their second goal, he got the ball here at half back. There was probably 3 or 4 players around him, and he just slowed the game down. He wasn't panicked. He had 3 or 4 Richmond defenders trying to get him, and he just walked through traffic, got the handball out in front of a teammate. They got a goal from that. On that occasion, just did the basic thing. Let up, straight at the football, nice hands, go back, kick the easy goals. To go involved in everything.
Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. Titanium Caravans tough on and off the field. They've kicked the last 3, Collingwood, to lead at 3-6 to 1 straight. Richmond need to get rolling here. Wet conditions, so you don't think it'll be that high scoring. Bolton bombs it out of the centre. Bounce. Noble drops the mark. It's taken down from behind. That was by Ryan Mansell. The ball goes out of bounds on the outer side. What do you think the crowd is, Chewy? This is your area of expertise.
Jeez, I reckon might be. I'll go for about 78,000, just a smidge under 80. Howie?
Gee whiz.
Good effort, isn't it? With a huge weekend in Melbourne Grand Prix.
123 there tonight.
Today, it's extraordinary.
And it's been raining most of the afternoon. They've come out.
Taranto won the clearance, but then Julie kicked it out of bounds on the full. From Taranto. So an interesting stage of the game for the Tigers. They trail by 18 points. It feels as though Collingwood looking pretty comfortable at the moment. Josh Dacos down the line. Shane Moore stands side. Mycheck's been impressive. Just always throws his body at the footy, off hands, out of bounds, half forward for the Pies.
A bit of rain around in the hour before the game and in the first quarter. Has it stopped raining out there now, Brownie?
Yeah, it's basically stopped, Howie, which is great.
Good news. Cameron and then Curvis. Adams went a fresh area off the ground. Taranto wobbles the ball forward. Maynard is there. Rioli's hanging around the area. Can't get hands on the footy. Maynard just mops up as he does. Gives it to Frampton. Rides the tackle. I think he's got an issue. Took it on. Somehow squeezed it out to Murphy. He drops into the middle of the ground. But it's marked. Free kick given away by the big man Toby Nankervis to his opposing ruckman Cameron, who was fantastic last week.
Oh, he's hung that one in the air. Murphy did really well to punch it forward in the direction of side bottom. They get it moving forward again, the Pies. That's a superb kick from Maynard to Johnson. Describe that one, Nate Brown.
It was just lace out. It did not go any higher than probably Johnson, the way he stands at the moment, probably about 195 centimetres. It was a bullet pass between 2 players, but well done getting back to Murphy. Had to go back with the flight and put his body on the line. Realised there was a player out the back, so just flicked it on, kept the ball moving.
It was a 2021 mid-season draft pickup, Ash Johnson. As I mentioned earlier, an important part of the mix here at Collingwood. He's going to take on Grimes on the mark. Saw himself in a bit of trouble, got it to Pendlebury. Back to still side bottom. Launches a long bomb. And it was easily taken care of. Nankervis fist it through for a minor score. 3-7-25 to 1 straight 6. All Collingwood at the moment on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Lofton is tasked to bring the ball back in. Assesses his options, doesn't see anything he really likes. There's nothing on short, so he plays onto the member's side. Runs his measure. Goes quite central with the kick, down towards the wing. Aiming for Nankervis. Side bottom applies a tackle. Handball whips out to Noble. It's a really clever kick to side bottom. He's got the runner in there, Crisper. Options deep. Crisp goes that way. Not his best directed kick. Makes it difficult for McStay. He brought the ball to ground. It goes out of bounds again with Collingwood deep in attack.
I think they might have got in each other's way there. Myercheck and McStay.
10 scoring shots to 1, looking very ominous.
They're attacking to the punt road end, the Magpies. Boundary throw in deep inside their forward 50. Cameron to go. He's been brilliant. Just tried to power through a couple of tacklers. No prior opportunities. So they'll launch again.
Thanks, Jordan.
In Collingwood.
Toby, up. Going this way, guys.
Harvey Norman replay screen. You just see the Collingwood run and spread is really impressive at the moment. Commanding control of this game. Pendlebury released it, picked up by Vlostone. Nick Dacos ran into some pressure from Prestia. Back to Noble. He got out of some pressure. You heard the touch play on call. Fisted forward by Vlostone. Cochin's hands were good. It's in really good hands now with Shea Bolton. Lynch has been quiet. What's he had, please, Two-Man?
Currently statless.
That's pretty quiet, Two-Man. Half forward. Didn't get it back either. Here's Maynard. Sweeps it to the goey. Play on's a call. Maynard, little knock on. Side bottom wants some support from Cameron. Is picked up though by Trent Cochin. Can the Tigers get something going here? The sideways ball finds Prestia.
Prestia with just a little simple kick 10 metres forward to the former Giant Taranto. We had his former teammate, now current teammate, Jacob Hopper, with a little chat with us in the box earlier on. Gee, just mungs it inside 50. It was a real wobbler from Taranto. Chaos ball. Rioli gets through one tackle only as far as Quaynor. Nick Dacos, possession number
11.
Frampton, Darcy Moore calling it from the outer side, and the skipper sends a long ball out of defence.
Billy Elliott has got all the run of play out here. He took care of his direct opponent, and he's going to send it down the line. Johnson's been infringed. Grimes just a little bit clumsy there, and Ash Johnson's playing his role tonight. Streaming forward to Taylor Adams. Takes the mark on the edge of 50. And a little bit of a late hit from Vlostone. No 50-metre penalty. Centering kick. Wanted McStay. Put the one hand up. Got it back to Pendlebury. DeGoey, a little fingernail in there. Ricochets out to Johnson. Has a flying shot, and I think he's just stuck it in for a minor score. So 3-8-26 to 1 straight 6, 20-point lead to the Pies. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
He's playing a quarter, Johnson. Everything is going through him at the moment. His leading patterns are really good. I mean, they're 30 to 40 metres strong leads, and he's playing a very good defender in Grimes.
Boston drives it all the way to centre wing. Big pack of flat players there. Samson Ryan flies high. Can't take possession. Concerns here for Richmond. Adams looked for options, then drove all the way to the square. Elliott arrives late and cannons into the goalpost. He's all right. Adams looked for options they didn't present. Seen the end another behind. 3-9 to 1 straight. The way of Collingwood.
They could be a mile in front, Collingwood. And the inside 50s are only 18 to 12, but the difference is from their 18 inside 50s, they've scored 12 times, and the Tigers have scored once from 12.
Last 10 scores the way of Collingwood.
Picked up by Rioli. That's Morris. He's wrapped up. He's had to come up to half back to meet the Sharon.
So Richmond can't get any free play at the moment, Chief. Everything they're doing is under pressure. Collingwood hanging off them. Front pressure, pressure from behind. Richmond just doing it hard. Collingwood doing it easy, but just not capitalising on the scoreboard.
And Curvis with a ruck-free kick. Marlon Pickett. Got Nate Brown and the Chief in the back row. The Triple M Seabus Super Special comments. This is Marlon Pickett right in front of the Triple M commentary box to half forward. Billy Frampton's been solid back there. Beautifully taken from Pendlebury. What a bold kick and a beautifully executed one to McStay. Bobby Hill running back towards goal. McStay's kick wasn't great. The Tiger defence, though. Liam Baker slipped over at the wrong time. Johnson, clever knock on to Elliott. Ralph Smith, he walks it over for a boundary throw-in. 3-9-27 to 1 straight 6. 21-point lead to the Pies on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Punt road end, pocket. Pies have kicked the last 3. They lead at 3-9 to 1 straight. 3-9. Collingwood leading by 21 points, dominating the game everywhere. Not quite on the scoreboard yet. Taranto. It's Mansell on the back flank. He turns and wheels around, looking for Ryan. The big man can't trap that, and Quaynor sees it across the boundary line. How are the Melbourne Storm going around the grounds? Choice Hotels, Noodles?
12-6, beating the Rabbitohs at the moment.
Triple M Seabus Super special comments. Seabus Super making hard work pay off. You got the Chief and you got Brownie. You got the Chew Man on stats, Luke Darcy and Brownie for Bob Jane.
Cameron in front, the ruck for the Pies, picked up beautifully by Josh Dacos. To Goey again. Tom Mitchell. Nick Dacos gets involved. Back to Pendlebury. Just doing it with ease here. Collingwood. Pendlebury releases the kick. Wants Bobby Hill. Nervous moments for the Tigers defence. They scramble towards the boundary line. Ash Johnson, what about that? It deserved a goal. Went for the left foot banana. He had a free target. He probably should have kicked, but went through for a minus. Well, 3-10. 28 to 1 straight 6. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Just a little shimmy got around the Richmond defence. Looking like they could blow it open at the moment, the Tigers. Baker.
They haven't put him away though, Howie.
3-10, Chiefy.
Could be game over, but it's not.
Oh, Baker mungs it. We've seen a few Richmond players shank it. That one works out in the lap of Taranto. He doesn't really time the ball forward either to Revolt, who hasn't seen much of it. Chua that goes across the line.
Just the one handball, and the other key forward, Lynch, still statless.
It's one area of Tim Taranto's game. He gets enough of the football. He can elevate himself to one of the competition's elite midfielders if he could tidy up his use of the football.
Is there any move, Chief, Nate, the Tigers, a change of role to spark something?
Problem they've got, Jig, is they're not winning the ball at the source, as we see another clearance there to Collingwood, which means they're always bringing the ball from half back when they win it, and that allows Collingwood the ability to set up behind the ball.
I want to here again to Goey. His numbers, True Man, when you get a chance, to Pendlebury. He had a good target in McStay. The kick was a little bit errant from Scotty Pendlebury. And now the Tigers, this is their best chance for a while. Cochin, he faked the handball. No 50-metre penalty. Billy Frampton. Well done, Billy. Big play. Left his man Lynch to create an opportunity. Lynch is still on his own. The Tigers can win it back here and make them pay. Coming through, Hoskin Elliott. Charging on it, Rioli. But the Tigers are winning everything, and they've won it again here at halfback.
The Pies through McCreary. How they got out of that, Collingwood, you don't know. Now they're turning it into attack. Elliott brings it to ground. They're just swarming the ground, Collingwood. Comes out the back, though. Lands in the hands of Judson Clark. He sends it forward. It's an effective little ball. Prestia called to go now. Quaynor stops it coming back. They can do no wrong, and Richmond can do no right. They get a free kick to relieve the pressure. It's just going the way of Prestia.
Got a man down behind play here, Howie. Jamie Elliott, Harvey Norman replay, screen chief, and Nate. What are we seeing?
Hard to tell from that look.
Still in the hands of trainers, about 100 metres off the play. We'll get Tommy Brown to have a look at that in a moment. Over the head of the Richmond forwards, who just can't get a look at all. It's out of bounds, but at least for the Tigers, it's at their scoring end.
It was a desperate lunge to affect the spoil, and the man he spoiled, Floston, then landed on. I reckon his leg has folded up underneath Floston as Floston fell on him.
Might be a right ankle, Chief, potentially.
Yep, the foot folded back.
Jack Chris had it taken out of his hands. Taranto had a golden chance to kick just the second goal for Richmond. He missed, so they're 1-1-7. Magpies 3-10-28. That is all on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. Tommy Brown, what are you seeing down there? Bob Jones teammates?
Elliott's just trying to walk it out, so he's bearing weight. There's no issues there. He's just with the physio. There's positive signs so far. It doesn't look particularly serious.
Good news as the ball goes out of bounds, because whenever you see Jamie Elliott go down, he's had some terrible impact injuries over the years.
He has.
To ankles and backs and knees, so it looks like he's okay, which is good.
That was a big miss by Taranto a moment ago. I mean, that was a regulation snap from close range, and they needed it, the Tigers.
He was in the goal square at the time. Cameron. Cut off by Cochin. He just spirals the ball high into the air. Doesn't really cover much ground distance-wise. Falls to the Tigers, but Josh Dacos gets an important hand. And this is where they just burst forward. Collingwood numbers everywhere to go. He sends it down, but Ralph Smith cuts off McStay. But when they win possession, Nate, they just move like a black and white wave, the Tigers.
There's 3 or 4 of them that run every time, but they haven't used the ball that well this quarter. They're plus 25 disposals up, but just haven't put it on the scoreboard. Richmond, their best 5 minutes probably been their last 5 minutes. They've had multiple entries on side forward 50, but haven't been able to score.
Now Tom Lynch gets his first possession of the night. Big mark to 60. He goes inside forward 50. Chance for Judson Clark. Into the side. Picked up by Taranto. McCreary, well tackled by McCreary.
He brings defensive pressure. I don't think we've spoken about his speed, Brownie. And you made mention of that earlier. And he's been actually good getting the ball and linking up, but he can also do run-down tackles like that.
Top 10 speed in the comp.
Drives it out of defence. Who's number 1 this year, Nate?
Well, I've always had Orazio Fantasia up there, but just the injuries, it's taken at least 0.2 of a second off his 100-metre split, so I think it might be Gary Rowan.
Gary Rowan. Always a good summation. Nate's good on speed.
0.2 of a second off his 100-metre split.
Just the injuries costing him at the moment, Duke. He'll get back, though.
I reckon Gary Rowan would be hard to beat.
Yeah.
Ball comes back into play. The umpire didn't really get good purchase, but no damage done. Richmond looking for a second goal. They trail 28-7. Collingwood haven't put them away. Lynch still hasn't had a clear possession and still doesn't have one.
They had a mark and kick moments ago, Howard.
Good news.
Backs again. John,
Tigers, can they find an avenue to goal here? Boundary thrown deep inside their forward 50. Samson Ryan, the young ruckman, won it down side bottom to Josh Dacos. It feels like the midfield brigade from the Pies have playing all over the game. In front, they're going to pay the mark to Myercheck. Lostone was trying to claim it. Myercheck's got it. Some runners going past. One in the handball. Johnny Noble is ignored. Instead, the kick down the line. Bowled it back with a fight. Free kick's going to go to McStay. 60 metres out from the punt road end goal for the Pies.
McStay, 3-10 Collingwood to 1-1 Richmond. Pies by 21 points have kicked the last 3 goals of the match. With a chance to drive it forward off the boot of McStay. It's a clever kick. It'll land 20 from home. There's only one man there, and he's got a black and yellow jumper on. That's Vloston. He might have had a baby this week or last week. Did he chew for Red's Head?
Yeah, he did actually, Howie.
Boy or girl, chew.
They've turned it over. It's gone straight to Myercheck, and he misses everything. Chew what they have.
Hey, I'll come back to you very shortly, Jason. It's got to be one or the other.
And his wife.
It's where you have a stab, Jude.
Abby, you work with. You don't? Abby Gelly?
That's a different person.
Hell yeah.
That's Kane Lambert.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Kane Lambert. Is it? Well, no, maybe.
Well done, Harry.
I don't reckon he has had a baby then.
No.
Kane Lambert's had a baby
Kane
then.
Lambert, okay.
Got that confused.
Well done,
Really messed that up. But if he has had a baby this week, congratulations to him.
Oh, Ash Johnson takes a good mark. Trying to save Howie here. Just marrying off wrong partners and children, kids that haven't been born.
Giving babies away.
That could be the clanger, I feel.
There's no excuse. Can't blame a cameraman for that one, Howie.
No.
Right out of your own mistake. Well, here's Tom Mitchell. Goes through to half forward. Jack Crisp ended up with Will Hoskin Elliott. Centering kick. Myercheck.
It was out.
Out of bounds. So it's going to come back to about 55 around punt road end. It's been dominating first half from the Collingwood Football Club, but they're 3-10, 28 to 1-1-7. That's a Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. Titanium Caravan's tough on and off the field.
I'll be surprised if anyone beats that for Clanger of the Year. I think I've taken a big, strong lead there. I thought I had it with the cricket call, but I might have out-clangered myself as the ball goes inside 50. Bobby Hill's at the back. Bobby Hill, he goes to ground.
Why?
I'm not sure. Baker mops up. They'll send it out through Cochin. And now Pickett with a long ball down the line. Billy Frampton falls over. Lynch eases back onto the ball. Graham can't get a hand on it. Pendlebury's there to try and help things out alongside Maynard and Noble. Now Lynch does well. Pushes off one man, gives it to Dan Rioli, who just worm burns it inside 50. And Josh Dacos is there just to vacuum the whole situation up.
Chairman, some key midfield numbers for the Pies, please.
Massive. DeGoey 16, Nick Dacos 15, Side Bottom and Mitchell 14, along with Josh Dacos 14.
They are everywhere, the Collingwood midfield. Here's Jack Crisp.
Richmond are still in this. Collingwood need the goal to help them, convince them that they are dominating this game. It's 3-10, 28 to 1-1-7. They should be 9 goals up, but if Richmond get the next one, it's a 2-goal ball game, and anything can happen after halftime. If you let a side in for long enough, they'll come back.
Mitchell up and under. Johnson been super impressive. Samson Ryan did well. 206-centimetre big man. Back to Billy Frampton. Takes a penetrating kick inside 50. Baker went back, couldn't complete the mark. Pinball's back into the hands of Baker. Strong tackle, Rash Johnson.
High.
Bit stiff, I reckon, too.
Yeah, it looked a good tackle, didn't it? Baker took him on. Maybe it went up high after the initial contact.
Tigers are winning the clearances, but it feels like they're not getting anywhere from those clearances.
Yeah, spot on, Brownie. Collingwood actually plus 233 metres gained in clearances, but 9 less, as you said.
Right.
Pickett running into trouble. Triple M Harvey Norman replay bonus deals across a huge range of Bosch appliances. Now Harvey Norman. All goes down the line right in front of the boundary and eventually goes across the boundary. Ream Hot Water, built tough Aussie conditions when it comes to water heating. Ask your plumber to install a Ream. Tom Brown, Bob James.
Yeah, Jamie Elliott ready to come back on, guys, any moment.
Beautiful.
Just saw a big spoil from Billy Frampton. He has done everything right tonight. He's been brilliant. Left his opponent a couple of times, saved goals, been great.
Confidence building night for Billy Frampton and Darcy Cameron.
That's got Ruckman written all over it too.
Is that a minor brain fade, Big Darce?
Took it out of the throw-in and then kicked it straight back towards the boundary.
Just lost his bearings a touch, Chief. It can happen to the best of big men. Good fella, Big Darcy. I see him in my local park all the time. How he walks his dogs across the road.
What sort of dogs?
Always up for a cheese. You're like a big standard poodle.
Hey, Brody.
Running around. Big
You got
Darcy.
your dog. What's your dog's name?
Dennis.
Oh, Dennis. How's he
Blue
going?
Staffy. Dennis got a bit of an attitude problem.
Side bottom. Does well. Crisper comes back the other way. Does really well. And then just shins it forward. Pies go off the ground off the boot of Adams. Comes again, does Adams. Pushes Rioli off the footy. This is centre wing. And he just dives over like Superman. Trying not to give away a free kick, but he did. Go the way of Rioli. What's Dennis's attitude problem?
He's a blue Staffy. He gets a bit anxious when he doesn't get attention, Howie, starting at his older age. Chief, you ever owned a dog?
We grew up with dogs. Boxers. Loved them. Loved them.
What were your dogs called, Chiefy?
First one was Rebel.
Rebel.
We had Ben. Shandy.
Oh.
Play on.
Wow, quite the list.
Yeah.
What about recently, Chief?
No.
I could see
living
you
in
with
an
a
apartment, mate.
Get yourself a little cavoodle or something.
No, I'm not having a toy dog.
Little Paris Hilton one?
No.
Chief?
Proper dog.
Comes out the back of Cameron.
Needs to be fed before 11.
Probably needs to be walked as well, no.
Nick Dacos streams a half back to Pendlebury. His hand pass was missing the target. Doesn't matter with the champ, though. Goes to Tom Mitchell. This is good. Into the path of Jamie Elliott. He taps it back towards Meyer. Check. Oh, he just mungs it straight to a Richmond defender who misses it.
No.
Goes to Jamie Elliott, who's punched down as he tried to take possession, and Grimes says, listen, I've had enough. I'm just going to boot it out of defence any way I can, but it'll probably come back.
This should almost be over this game, but it's only a 21-point margin for the Pies. And the Tigers are hanging in there, 3-10 to 1-1. And they've saved another opportunity. Jamie Elliott's going to have a decent corky out of that, looking at the Harvey Norman replay.
Good smother from Baker. He's got there just in time. Not sure how they didn't score a goal then, Collingwood.
Just under 4 minutes remaining in this first half here at the Triple MCG. Huge crowd. It's all the great rivals, the big Melbourne clubs of Richmond and Collingwood. Trent Cotchin clearing kick. Murphy charged at it. Judson Clark and Mansell played that pretty well. It was Jack Ross who was tracking the boundary line, but there's Billy Frampton playing the game of his life now.
He's been really good, and as Chief said, 2 times he's actually come off his own opponent to try and help out the team, and it's paid off big time twice, which will endear him to his other teammates.
It's a nice long kick of the footy is too. Free kick to the crisper for trip. Advantage paid. Adams, and they've just kicked it straight to Noah Boulder again. They could be 8, 9, 10 in front of this.
Second time Taylor Adams had the footy around 55, crossed the 50, had players out to his right. First time was the Gully. That time he had Nick Dacos. He's elected to kick it himself both times and let himself down.
And it was a really strange kick because it was nowhere near a teammate.
Taranto takes the mark at half-back. Tigers could sneak a late goal here. The whole momentum shift and just the sort of nervous tension about the opportunities that have gone begging. Chance here for Prestia at half-forward. Rewalt guides it down cleverly. Baker's come from half-back, got through a tackle. Good defensive pressure though. Hoskin Elliott got back. They worked really hard. And they trapped the tackle inside their defensive 50 Collingwood. So 3-10 to 1-1. It's an attack for the Tigers. 2.5 remaining in this first half on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
McDonald and Remont Water, Triple M Rocks football. Cameron only as far as Prestia. Rioli, that's Daniel, receives the hand pass. Well, coming the other way is Murphy. He is a heart and soul man, puts everything into it. McCreary nearly loses the ball and his shorts in the same passage. Player dived on the ball. Going the way of Collingwood. Player was Ryan Mansell out of North Lonnie. Eyes bring it to the near side to Josh Dacos. What's he up to?
Disposal number 15.
What's his brother on?
He's had 16.
He had the most, has he?
Actually 17 now, equal leading ball winner on the ground with side bottom.
What's his disposal efficiency tonight, Nick Dacos, Stu?
Yeah, Nick, 75% by foot, and he's going at 92 first 2 rounds in.
Fantastic. Noble, low ball down the line. Grimes gets front position and wins a free kick against Meyer. Check for the hole. 1:34 to go. Collingwood lead at 3-10 to 1-1 on the Triple M Titanium Caravans scoreboard.
Ever seen a young player that demands the footy like Nick Dacos does? He just screams at his teammates and expects them to give it to him, and they do, because Chu just gave you the numbers. Such a creative player. Here comes Jack Rewalt through forward 50 to the goal square. It's a really tricky floating ball. Bounced over the head of Morris Rioli and through for a minor score. 1-2-8 the Tigers advance to. 3-10-28 the Pies Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Dacos will bring the ball back in. Sucks in the breath. Now he plays onto the near side, so it counts as a possession. Sends it down towards the back flank. Mychek flies from behind, punches it down to Murphy. He screws the ball forward. Little touch ball gets away from Jamie Elliott. Comes back to Taranto, half forward. Now back on the wing, Graham. Lostone, who didn't have a baby this week from all reports, sends the ball forward. Mark taken. Oh, the weird one. Camden McIntosh.
Really important kick coming up for the Tigers. This gets them back, believe it or not, to 14 points. And honestly, they've been so outplayed in this first half.
Jacob Hopper described Camden McIntosh as a bloke he loved, but the weirdest person he's ever met in his life or will ever meet.
It's a big claim, wasn't it? A good grab, clean hands.
Camden out of Pinjarra and the Peel Thunder, playing game number 149. He's kicked 42 goals and they need this desperately, Richmond. Let's see how he goes from 40 metres out. McIntosh hooks it badly. One behind. 1-3 Richmond. 3-10 Collingwood leading by 19 points in the shadows of half-time.
Would have been a really handy goal right against the flow of play. And there is the half-time siren. 13 scoring shots to 4, but the Collingwood Football Club at just 3-10-28 to 1-3-9. Half-time here at the MCG. You can hear more from Nate Brown. You've got the Chief Jason Dunstall, 254 of the best. The True Man, we've got Howie. And Tommy Brown's going to come up and host your way through all the latest news, everything that's happening from the world of AFL football here at halftime. It is the Magpies leading the Tigers by 19 points from McDonald's and Remont Water. Triple M Rocks footy.
That quarter, the Titanium Caravans, tough on and off the field.
For Ream Hot Water.
Triple M Rocks footy.
Built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Ream.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
When you listen to Triple M footy in 2023, wherever your seat is won't matter.
Look at the
because we'll bring you the moments that will get you out of it.
Golden candy. Wingo. Thickness. Lucky. Around the pocket. No way.
Join the Temper Mattress call team tomorrow from noon for Hawthorn and North Melbourne.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's, Triple M rocks footy.
40 crispy chicken McNuggets are for friends. Together with tangy Cajun sauce, close friends only. Pick up juicy chicken and tangy Cajun at Macca's drive-thru today. Select items available for a limited time.
Get awesome coverage and super speeds with Aussie Broadband Mobile. We know you'll love us, so you'll get 1 month free at aussiebroadband.com.au. New mobile services only. Offer ends March 31. T's and C's apply.
Race into Ram Truck's Red Hot DS 1500 Express run-out for a red hot 3.99% finance rate. Stock is limited, so see your Ram dealer today. T's and C's apply. Approved ABN applicants of Ram Trucks finance only.
Seeing the world starts with Virgin Australia. Earn Velocity points when you fly to destinations around the world with Virgin Australia and our network of world-class airline partners, including Qatar Airways, United Airlines and Singapore Airlines. So book now at virginaustralia.com. Bring on the world and bring on wonderful. Velocity membership and airline T's and C's apply.
Whether it's big backyards, brand new kitchens, or a little patch of peace, AMP has home loans for whatever wealthy you want. Search AMP Home Loans or call your broker today.
Major building projects for the trade or a DIY home reno. Robot Building Supplies is the Australian-owned family-run business you can trust.
Robot's got it.
Robot's product range is vast and world-class. And when it comes to product knowledge,
Robot's got it.
Next-day delivery in Metro Melbourne.
Robot's got it.
Over 70 years experience and reliability helping Melburnians. Robot Building Supplies. Notting Hill, Sunshine, Preston, Dramana, Pakenham, Coldstream and Darnham. robotbuildingsupplies.com.au.
ROBOT, Robot Building Supplies.
Come on, kids. Out you get.
Do we have to?
Keep the fun going this Easter. Order online and Woolworths will deliver your groceries the same day. Plus, get free delivery on your first shop. It's just another way to get your Woolies worth this Easter. Select locations, minimum spends and T&Cs apply.
If you're the kind of person who likes to fix their own car, just hop on eBay. Find a part for every car on eBay.
Did you know a single blood donation could save up to 3 lives? Be the lifeblood of Australia. Join us and search Give Blood to book your donation with Australian Red Cross Lifeblood today. Give life. Give blood.
40 crispy chicken McNuggets are for friends. Together with tangy Cajun sauce, close friends only. Pick up juicy chicken and tangy Cajun at Macca's drive-thru today. Select items available for a limited time.
Shut up! The footy's on the radio!
Triple M rocks footy.
This halftime break for Mitre 10 Trade. For expert advice and a job done right first time.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks Friday night football from a packed MCG. Around 80,000 fans here in fairly wet conditions, and despite wet conditions, where Collingwood at halftime lead Richmond 3-10. That's right, 3-10-28. They've been highly inaccurate and wasteful, the Pies, against the Tigers 1-3-9, who incredibly are still right in this contest. And dissect what's been a pretty interesting first half. I'm joined by some of the biggest names in the business, including Jason Dunstall, Nathan Brown, as well as Ash Chua with all the stats. Jace, I might start with you. Collingwood had only 5 more inside 50s that quarter, but the quality was so much better, but they just couldn't take their opportunities, unlike the first couple of weeks.
No, it was disappointing. I mean, it's a little bit greasy. The ball's been hard to handle at times. Things dried up a little bit in the second term, but we made comment a number of times they should be a lot further in front. They've had so many opportunities. The ball's lived forward for long periods of time, and they've looked like scoring every time they go forward. They just haven't been able to kick goals. They've kicked far too many behinds. Whereas when it goes down the other end, it's normally coming out of defence. It's a long way down there, and they've scored, 4 times from 21 inside 50s, the Tigers. So they look a lot less likely when they do go forward to score.
Ash Johnson playing like a man for his spot, and that's exactly what's happening. He's come in for Mason Cox, who's injured at the moment, and he's been impressive so far, albeit in pretty greasy conditions.
He has. He's looked really dangerous. I think he's kicked 1 goal too Unlucky not to have a couple, but he's moved well, he's put himself in good positions, and he showed a clean pair of hands a couple of times in the greasy conditions.
Brownie, Richmond are still in this game, which is quite incredible given the sequence of play and just the way they played out in the first half. Just explain to us, Jace touched on it, how?
Well, they're only in it because Collingwood have allowed them to be in it, and they've butchered the footy going forward, Collingwood. They're normally so elite when they use the football, but the conditions haven't allowed that tonight. They've missed easy shots, though, so they've allowed Richmond to be in this contest. And what I will say is Collingwood's defensive end has been fantastic, because Richmond have had it in their forward 50 a fair bit. They've had it 21 times, but every time it goes down there, it's just a wall. And every time you think Richmond have got an out, they've got players loose, Collingwood just shut them down, and they put pressure on them. It's an amazing ability they have, Collingwood, to not only run and carry the ball and look like the Harlem Globetrotters on the attack, but when it comes to defend, they're there every time. So, I mean, you look at them and the way they play at the moment, and you think they are a premiership contender this year.
I'm mindful the Tigers have, Collingwood have injuries, but the Tigers are without Martin as well as Hopper tonight. How much adjustment does that take, Brownie? What have you made of that from a midfield perspective?
It does take a little bit of adjustment because other players have to play different roles. Obviously, Nathan Broad, Jaden Short aren't there, so they have to bring in, say, a Mansell off half-back, or Rioli gets a different role. So you've got two of your key defenders out, one who uses the ball in short, one who goes third man up. So you have to rejig your defensive unit. And then forward of the ground, we've seen that they've lacked a little bit of potency tonight. So they've got Lynch and Rewalt who barely touched the footy tonight. That third stringer is Dustin Martin, and he just brings a different mix to it. So they haven't had that tonight. So when they've gone in, most of the entries have been long, and Collingwood have been able to mop it up. So they would have loved to have Dustin Martin one-on-one with a Maynard down there tonight.
This is the halftime break for Mitre 10 Trade. Mitre 10 Trade for expert advice and a job done right the first time. Ash, we've reflected on some key stats already, but Tommy Lynch has been terribly quiet. We might start with him.
Yeah, remember, as Brownie said, 6 goals last time against the Magpies, along with 25 touch as well. Tonight, just the 3 disposals. He's only taken the 1 mark and yet to hit the scoreboard. And the other key forward, Jack Rewald, just 2 disposals, and he kicked the 1 behind.
They are difficult conditions. Just in terms of so much discussion during the week about Nick Dacos perhaps being an early Brownlow favourite. How's he tracking, and who are Collingwood's top-rated players at the moment?
Yeah, Nick Dacos, he's the leading ball winner on the ground. 19 disposals, just a smidge under 80% by foot. Still side by him. He was the number 1 rated player last week on the back of 24 and a goal. He's racked up 18, second most on the ground. Tom Mitchell, 16, just a couple of clearances tonight, averaging 8 2 rounds in. And Jordan De Goey, he's had 16 disposals, but throwing 5 inside 50s along with 4 score involvements, and Josh Dacos also busy with 15 touches.
Jason, just in terms of the coach's messages at halftime, I guess Craig McRae would be perhaps focused on the positives, but perhaps talking about polish, and Damien Harvey could be like, well, we're still in it, which is great.
Yeah, exactly. Craig McRae saying more of the same. It'll come. Just keep playing like this. There's no way knowing they're going to lose the game. Whereas Dimmer's got to try and find a way to get a little bit more ball forward and a little bit more ball out of the middle. I mean, instead of having to bring it out of defence all the time, get some first use of the footy. Make things a little less predictable for Collingwood's defence and give their forwards a chance. It's been pretty tough if you're playing up forward for the Tigers tonight.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks halftime football, and a great feature of halftime is the Amy Clangers, who covers Clangers on and off the field. Amy does. This is no surprise tonight. It took place in the second quarter.
Loston, he might have had a baby this week or last week. Did he chew for Red Z?
Yeah, he did actually, Howie.
Boy or girl, chew?
Yeah, I'll come back to you very shortly, Jason. It's going to be one or the other.
And his wife.
It's where you have a stab shoot.
Abby, you work with. Abby, don't you? Abby Gilby?
That's a different person.
Different person.
That's Kane Lambert.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Kane Lambert, isn't it? Well, no, maybe.
Well done, Harry.
I don't reckon he has had a baby then.
No.
Kane Lambert's had a baby
Kane Lambert,
then.
okay.
Got that confused.
Well done, mate.
Really messed that up. But if he has had a baby this week, congratulations to him.
Just marrying off wrong partners and children, kids that haven't been born.
Giving babies away.
That could be the clanger, I feel.
I actually saw Kane Lambert down in the rooms pre-game because I work with Abby Gelby and got an update on their baby situation. I can 110% report they have. Kane and Abby had a baby in recent weeks.
It's Nick Bluston, though.
It wasn't Nick Bluston. Choice hotels around the grounds. We've got an updated Storm score, Ash, at this stage.
Yeah, go for a brownie.
Sorry, you said Ash.
No, go for it. Rugby's
Brownie,
not my
either
forte.
or.
Storm 18-6, early stages, third term.
Third term.
Second half.
Thank you.
Choice hotels around the grounds. Whatever your reason for travelling, you get the lowest price guaranteed when you book direct at choicehotels.com. So go ahead and book it. Just an injury update from the first half. Thankfully, injury-free. Jamie Elliott rolled his ankle at one stage, but he was A-OK, which is great news. You always hold your breath when Jamie Elliott's concerned. The Pies also at 7:20 releasing an update on Jeremy Howe, just revealing, as you guys touched on in the pre-game, that Howe has had an infection in that arm this week, which is post-surgery. And they can often delay your recovery, Brownie, by a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it will be, but they said he's okay, so the anti-inflams and also those sort of things. Chief, he'll be okay, I think.
Thanks, Dr. Brown.
I like that, Brownie. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, don't go away. Triple M rocks football. There's so much to play for in the second half. Collingwood, the informed side of the competition, still haven't put the Tigers away. 3-10-28 to Richmond 1-3-9. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks football.
That halftime break for Mitre 10 Trade for expert advice and a job done right first time.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's.
Triple M rocks footy.
Hi, it's Marty Sheargold from Triple M's Marty Sheargold Show, and right now, Triple M rocks football.
On the radio.
Max, go on. What was your junior footy club?
Ormond.
Ormond. O-R-M-O-N-D. I always struggle with that word. It's like the same as I struggle with almonds.
Yeah.
Ormond.
Is that why you asked me, even though it was on the sheet?
It wasn't on the sheet. It's the only bit that's not here.
Triple M's Marty Sheargold Show. Weekdays from 6 on Triple M. Get the podcast now from the Listener app.
40 crispy chicken McNuggets are for friends. Together with tangy Cajun sauce, close friends only. Pick up juicy chicken and tangy Cajun at Macca's drive-thru today. Select items available for a limited time.
Bonus deals across a huge range of Bosch appliances at Harvey Norman. Bonus $45 gift card and bonus local delivery on the 8kg front load washer for $798. Bonus $70 gift card plus bonus local delivery on the German-made dishwasher, $1,298. Bonus $110 gift card plus $150 cashback with Series 8 black glass pyrolytic oven, $2,199. Cashback via redemption. Delivery within 25 kilometre radius of store. Terms and conditions apply. Now at Harvey Norman.
Sometimes Carlton is everything.
Oh, that's a good kick.
And sometimes spicy food is everything.
Oh, that's a good kick.
So, whenever footy is everything, get the footy you want. Every Carlton game, every round, on KO. Whenever sport is everything.
Moving home? Make your next move a good move. Done. Move your energy with an Energy Australia expert and we'll have the power on the day you move in, guaranteed. Call our experts today on 139 192. Now that's a good move. Residential customers only who move directly with Energy Australia and provide at least one business day's notice. Conditions apply. Find out more at energyaustralia.com.au/good move.
Whether your health journey is getting in hours at the gym, putting the right stuff in your mouth and in your mind, or working on your relationships, NIB is here to help you live health first, whatever that means to you. Get discounts on popular health and wellbeing brands, access to healthy tools and services, and even be rewarded for healthy living. So let's go. Join NIB today and live health first. T's and C's apply. See nib.com.au.
Count on adventure in style with the bold Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross. Backed by Australia's first 10-year warranty with 10 years cap price servicing. Mitsubishi 1010. You can count on it. Exclusions and conditions including Mitsubishi servicing apply. See your Mitsubishi dealer for details.
It's time to meet the pack. Check out the Husky range of skid steer loaders, mini excavators and scissor lifts. Top class pedigree, loyal and hardworking for the toughest earth moving and construction jobs. See the full range at huskyconstructionequipment.com.au.
Hi, Declan Fraser here, driver of the tradie Ford Mustang in the 2023 Supercars Series. If you run a professional crew like we do, you need things to run smoothly and get done fast. That's why we're proud to have Crew Tracker on board. Crew Tracker provide industry-best software for scheduling, timesheets, sharing job info and more. Get your crew firing with Crew Tracker today. Head to crewtracker.com. That's CREWTRAKA.com. And see you on track at the Melbourne Super Sprint at this year's Aussie GP.
Shut up! The foot is on the radio!
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Beacon Trade, supporting tradies with over 120 stores, a wide range of lighting and electrical products, and expert trade teams who offer the best services, making every tradie's job easier.
Half time here at the MCG, pretty scrappy in the rain. Collingwood dominating the game everywhere but the scoreboard. They lead at 3-10. 28 to Richmond 1-3-9. Beacon Trade supporting tradies, 120 stores nationwide, expert trade teams, exclusive trade prices. They've got a massive range of lights, fans, electrical accessories, making every tradie's job easier. Beacon Trade making light work. Right, Chief, let's have a look at what other games we got. The Mighty Hawks are travelling down to UTAS to take on the Kangaroos. I see that Clarko's coming back on a separate plane. Mitchell versus his old coach. They're all the storylines, but I guess the main storyline is the Roo boys at 2-0.
Playing with a bit of confidence too. Nick Larkey up forward doing very, very good things. So they've got their confidence up and they will start a deserved favourite against the Hawks, who are battling a bit, just hoping they can be more competitive this weekend, Howie.
Yeah, sitting on the bottom of the ladder with a percentage less than 50 over the Hawks. Or the Blues versus the Giants. There'll be some interest in my house in this one, Nate. 4:35 up in the Giants part of the world. Carlton are a good team to watch. They roll the Giants?
Well, they should. I think they've got the team to do it, but the Giants at home are a different beast to what they put up over in Perth last week. Toby Green said after the round 1 win against Adelaide, toughest game he played in, 35-degree heat, played 3 consecutive quarters without coming off. They face the Blues, who'll be pretty happy with themselves at the moment after knocking off the Cats. So it's a danger game for the Blues, but I reckon they just get it done.
Saints versus Essendon, the big 150th celebration for St Kilda. Both teams, one of these teams, as you told me earlier on tonight, Chief, they're going to be 3-0, one of these two.
It's a frightening thought, isn't it?
Unbelievable.
Saints will miss their skipper, Jack Steele. It's unfortunate that he's fallen out.
Stringer back for the Bombers?
So, yeah, and I just hope they don't win Essendon. I just won't see them having success. Now it's just hard to take.
No, fair enough.
But the Bomber supporters are up and about. I've got plenty of mates that are Bomber supporters. It's very funny.
Saints fans are loving Ross as well. Then the showdown, which is really very, very even between those two teams. Port Adelaide take on the Adelaide Crows. 7:30 Saturday night, Nathan. Always a tasty affair, this one.
It's just a must-win for Port Adelaide. They were terrific round 1. They let themselves down here last week. Jason Horne-Francis has been in the media this week about his lack of effort when they were down, so they need to respond. Adelaide. No Darcy Fogarty, which makes it hard for them to kick a winning score, Chief. So I'm going to go with Port Adelaide, and I think that's just about the biggest rivalry right now in football.
Melbourne versus the Swans. Love this. The MCG on Sunday, Arvo, 3:20. Big game of footy. He's looking forward to this one.
It's a big game because Melbourne have to bounce back. They were disappointing last week. And we can't say that form was frank. They lost to Brisbane when Brisbane come out then and get beaten by the Bulldogs. So fluctuations from one week to the next. And we don't know how good Sydney are because they haven't really been tested. Gold Coast and Hawthorn, a couple of comfortable wins. So that's going to be an interesting game to watch, that one.
Sydney,
and then the other one, Nate's the toss of the coin.
Sydney have won 8 of 9 at the MCG against Melbourne in recent times. So watch for Goulden, watch for Warner. Warner got tagged last week, so expect Damo's man Chad to bounce back.
Chief, what do you do with Buddy? Comes back, superstar. But Amati and McDonald last week kicked bags between them.
Yeah, but again, they did it against Hawthorn. Okay. So let's put it in perspective.
Righto.
They haven't found the consistency in their game against the better teams. And having Buddy there takes a hell of a lot of pressure off him because all of a sudden you're not getting the best defender. So I wouldn't be in a hurry to push Bud out, let me tell you.
Oh, no.
He's the biggest draw card in the game now.
He's a superstar. I love him. All right, Das, what do you reckon? Who wins?
Anyone else had a baby, Howie, in the half-time break that we need to know about?
I don't think so. What's the score in the third term of the rugby league, Nate?
18-6, 54 minutes gone.
Okay, thank you. No, sorry for assigning the wrong baby to the wrong person. It was a baby, just not who I thought.
21-point lead the Magpies have as we get the second half underway, and there's a sub activated. We covered that. Noah Cumberland on and the big man Samson Ryan. So the tool goes off. The small Cumberland goes on. So the Tigers have pulled an early substitution. Taranto picks the handle up, gets it to Nankervis. Links up with Baker. No real damage done on the scoreboard despite the first half domination. Here is the activated sub getting involved in free kick. It's going to go the way of that man, Noah Cumberland. Sends it immediately forward with great effect. So he comes on, he puts it straight down the throat of Ryan Mansell. Something they couldn't do in the first half.
It's a good substitution, isn't it? Straight into the game, and what a perfect substitute. That type of player who's busy at half forward. Tom Brown asked at half time, what can Richmond do different? They didn't have a Dustin Martin at disposal. Now they have that type of player out there.
No coincidence that it comes from a centre square clearance as well.
So Ryan Mansell directly in front. Punt road end of the MCG, and the ideal start for the Tigers. And you thought if they could just stay in touch and get a good start in the second half, it's game on, and it certainly is. 3:10:28 to 2:3:15. And it is all brought to you on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Well, it's a different matchup, isn't it, for Collingwood at the back end? So they now have to reassess who goes to who, because they've been doing a great job on Lynch, great job on Rewalt. Haven't really gone near the football. They've gone tall down there. Sampson goes off. So now who goes to him? He's probably the most dangerous looking forward down there, and they send Maynard straight to him now.
Nate Brown and the chief for the Triple M Seabus Super Specials. Seabus Soup making hard work pay off. And you got Tommy Brown with the Bob Janes. Bob Jane T-Marts, they got a great buy three, get one free deal plus instant cash back. Call or order online today and T&Cs apply. Away we go. Can Richmond string two in a row and really start to put some concern in the Pie camp? Prestia, De Goey, Graham, a little bit agricultural. He's done a scissor sort of wrestle move on De Goey.
Go back over your
Gives
mark.
away a free kick to Geordie.
Time on, stand.
With the bright orange laces on his boots as Geordie De Goey.
Oh, yeah.
He's just going deep. I'm going to go deep. Graham's giving it to him on the mark as well. De Goey drops it exactly into the pocket that he said he would. Meyer check is a bit outsized. It's punched away by Tyler Young, Tylar, Tyler Young out of North Albury in game number 2. Tyler with an A.
Out the city end of the MCG. And remarkably, it's just a 13-point lead to the Pies. Despite having 13 scoring shots to 5. Cameron guided it down. Flossstone picked it up though to Prestia. Sends it skyward, looking for Lynch. Billy Frampton's been really good, and he outpointed Lynch again. Out on that Shane Warne stand side, Billy Frampton crossing over from the Adelaide Crows, key defender. High one. I want Myercheck. Cameron in front. Tom Mitchell. Elliott almost threw that out. Darcy Cameron again. Prestia puts a good tackle on him. And no attempt to get rid of the footy. Pretty fair call, I would have thought. Chief holding the ball, going the way of Prestia.
Good tackle from a little man on a big man too.
Dion, what's his numbers on the Reds' edge, Stewie?
14 touches.
Gets the ball out the back. Here's a chance for Cumberland. The activated sub does well. Steps through traffic beautifully. Left foot sizzler! Best footy of the night goes to Pickett, who goes for an unusual hand pass. Should be a goal. Is a goal. Judson Clark nails the good work. And Richmond all of a sudden have kicked 2 in a row. And this was every Pie fan's concern. 3-10-28. 3-3-21, the Tigs just trailed by 7 points. Early stages, third term. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
How good is the strategic sub? So Noah Cumberland comes on and he's come out all guns blazing. He's latched onto a couple of balls, delivered the ball inside 50 both times to players on their own so they could take marks. I was concerned when Pickett went for the hand pass over the shoulder. Could have made a hash of it. But they were able to mop it up and kick the goal. But Cumberland just getting through traffic and great vision. They're the kicks inside 50 you're looking for.
Undeniable talent, Chief. He's been left out of this side in the early stages because he was told to work on his defensive pressure over the off-season. Richmond didn't think that he'd done a good enough job, so he's left out of round 1. And now he's left out again last week. Now he's a sub, so he gets his opportunity.
Never met a Judson before, Howie.
No.
It's an unusual surname.
That's his first name.
Yes. Making an impact here.
Clark's a typical
Clark's
surname.
a regulation, but never met a Judson. Here come the Pies. Chance for McStay. That's a good handball to De Goey, who's been really strong and powerful, but they can't kick straight. Miss again. 3-11 to 3-3. 8-point lead to the Magpies on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Made life hard for themselves, Collingwood, because they've kept Richmond in it. Richmond have got a sniff. They've come out firing third term, and Collingwood just continue to miss opportunities in front of goal.
Gee, man, jump on the Googleometer and what's the origins of Judson? Is there a famous Judson anywhere? Or what can you tell us about the name of the young man from Yarra Valley? Good school there.
Come back to you very shortly, Howie.
Baker on the outer side. Winds a drop punt down the outer wing. And Curvis gets front position to go. He's had plenty of it. Gets the 1-2 from side bottom. Little slider. Baker, always hard at the footy. Picks it up off his bootlaces. Tries to give it to Graham. He's ridden into the ground. Should be a free kick. For Mychek, he does really well to pull up Baker. So Mychek's got it just half forward. On the outer side. Q says he's 70,000 here. Mychek into the pocket. Coming back with a flight. Nankervis was brave. Elliott was skillful. Oh, bounced off the back of the foot.
Score review.
Well, it's going to be a score review. Did it come off the back of Jamie's boot and roll through? Let's have a listen.
I believe it's a behind. I'll just check if the attacking player can fall across the line.
Is the whole ball over the line before Johnson gets a toe on it?
I reckon I can see green in there, Chief. I reckon it's all the way over.
And Howie thinks it's come off the back heel from Jamie Elliott. Howie?
Did a Richmond player touch it? Did it hit the post?
Well, they need to go back a bit to see it then.
They are now.
Here we go. They are. Hello.
They're dialed into the Triple M commentary.
Oh, no. The Tigers of the Tigers back heel.
Off Miller.
So it's going to be a behind, isn't it, Dars?
Oh, it's a millimetre. Just about.
What are you calling?
He's called it a behind, so it has to be a hind.
Yeah.
Can you overrule that?
Yeah. I can see green grass in there.
Okay. This is the Luke Tunnicliffe Crypto.com score review.
Big pressure week last week.
Ching. It's a behind.
Still takes way too long, Howie.
But you got to get the sponsors a nice, clear run.
Snork's got to do something better about it.
He gets a little clip of the ticket.
Every single time.
And the man in the back row. Have to sponsor the dump button at some stage, Howie. That'll get him. Sorted out. Is Hoskinelli can't keep it. Let's get to Tommy Brown, Bob James team.
There is chip technology. Tunners may have an interest in this that the AFL's currently testing that could be ready for the start of next season for those types of circumstances.
Has Jam TV got a piece of that, Tommy?
No comment.
Well, apparently it's a large piece, so that'll come into the game soon. Elliott, his hand pass is cut off, only goes as far as Baker. Now Camden McIntosh on the outer side. Plays on. Diving attempt by Rioli. He's had good numbers, surely, Chew.
Yeah, Daniel Rioli for Triple M Reds had 15 disposals, Howie, averaging 25 from rounds 1 and 2.
Ball goes out of bounds. I'm fascinated by the chip in the ball. If there's just one chip, what part of the ball do you put it in?
Never going to happen, Howie.
The kangaroo.
Tommy? Bob Jane?
Yeah, it's like the Apple Find My Phone chip, and it goes in the bladder, so you take away part of the bladder and replace it with the chip. The net weight effect is 0.
You've got a rattle, though, Tommy.
They can mitigate all that. It's all being tested.
What part of the footy? Like, is it in the middle? Is it on one end, Tommy? Because that could affect it.
In the bladder, and they're doing extensive testing, and Gil McLaughlin emphasised that as long as it doesn't change it, they'll consider it.
Well, if Tanner's got anything to do with it, it'll get the all clear.
Pressed here, surging forward. The Tigers have got some good momentum up. They only trail by 9 points. They're going to go forward. Again, if they can get Rewalt and Lynch working, they're going to cause some drama here for the Pies. Off fans, picked up by Taranto. Well tackled he was by Chris. Rewalt might have been done without the foot. It's going to be a free kick to Jack.
Taylor Adams just too aggressive with the tackle. Never really took clean possession, Jack Rewalt.
Push out.
So directly in front. You would like your chances if you're Jack Rewalt from here. And remarkably, they're going to kick more goals than Collingwood in this game if this one sails through. Jack Rewalt lining up for goal number 759. His 397th goal at the MCG. And the Tigers have kicked the last 3 of the game. 4-3-27 to 3-12-30. Pies by 3 points, but the Tigers are coming big time on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Getting some really good looks at it too, the Tigers. So first half, Chief, whenever Richmond got the footy, they couldn't get through. There's just a wall of Collingwood players at half back in the middle of the ground. Now the Tigers are starting to chip through that middle part of the ground. They're starting to create some gaps. They're starting to get on the run, get the ball to half forward and get some really good looks. The one where Marlon Pickett got out, also the first goal scorer, Mansell, got out. Players are getting out everywhere.
The chip has been trialled all off-season by the Blues in their pre-season training. Apparently goes in the middle of the ball and it's progressing very nicely.
Is the man in the very, very back row involved or not?
Well, they're thinking about calling it the Tunner's chip, so I think it might be. As Mitchell extracts it as he does from the middle. Mycheck arrives late on the scene. The crisper, his kick is stymied, Nath. Still no one goes anywhere. Now Baker. Hard runner on the outer side. Puts it in the path of Nankervis. Does well. Gives it back to Baker with a 1-2. They got another runner on the outer side. And that's the exciting Bolton. Goes to the pocket. Falls out the back. Cumberland's provided something. Goes one way, goes the other. Another centering ball. Can he hit a target? He can, but it's Isaac Quain Orr.
Nicely read from the Collingwood defender, Quain Orr.
They're under all sorts of pressure at the moment, the Pies. Haven't been under this pressure all year.
How good does Cumberland look since he's come in? Live wire.
He's classy, isn't he, Noah Cumberland? He's a beautiful kicker, the footy too, Chief, as a rule.
We saw where the Tigers' numbers were and he chipped it in. There were 3 players there, but he just happened to hit the Collingwood player in the middle in Quain.
I'm told they're just getting him a bit more schooled on team defence, Chief, and just how to play that defensive role. But I love him as a creative forward. Maurice Rioli has been well tackled at half forward. How you got a pensive look on your face?
Well, surely on a wet night you always pick a bloke called Noah.
Oh no, he's laughing at his own joke.
Well, the old dad jokes come out tonight.
Nate liked it.
It's a biblical reference, so Nate enjoys that.
Ball goes inside towards Lynch. What do you think, Nate, as it goes out of bed?
Oh, just like going back to Duke's comment that I just said that about Noah Cumberland as well, that they left him out because of his defensive skills. And
right.
Regurgitated it.
Backed over it, did he?
Made a better version of the point, I think.
But Noah was good. I liked it, how well done.
You know what Noah should be running? The arc. Josh Dankos drives their defence to Mycheck. That's the best of the lot. Comes to Jamie Elliott. Import hand pass. Take over. I'm too busy laughing at my own
He's
joke.
enjoying his own work, Howie. Bobby Hill picked up by Pendlebury. Jamie Elliott. Now they get a chance. Hill gets it back. Tries it outside of the boot. Charging at it to Goey. Trying to flick it over the top to McStay. He's had a pretty quiet night. Ralph Smith back there in defence. Combines with Baker. And the Tigers have really found their mojo. All of a sudden, Jack Ross releases Rioli. Shane Warnstan, wing of the G. Darcy Cameron cuts across. That's a pretty good effort. Gets a high five from Billy Frampton, and we'll have a bounty throw-in on that outer wing. A little bit of nervousness for Craig McRae. All of a sudden, they only lead by 3 points to Pies on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Supporting tradies, 120 stores, expert trade teams, design service and a huge range of electric accessories. Beacon makes every tradie's job easier. So the game in the balance after Collingwood led by 19 at half-time. Ball's out of bounds on the outer side. That's been whittled down to a 3-point margin. 3-12 Collingwood, 4-3 Richmond. Kicked the last 3 goals. Chewy, have the Tigers, how have they done that on the Reds' Eds?
Super efficient, 5 entries inside 50, but they've nailed 3 majors, opposed to the first half. They had 21 inside 50s for only the 1 goal.
Reds' Ed lending loans for the self-employed, REDZED.com. Outer wing, Baker. Oh, he slipped at the inopportune moment. He gets caught from behind. He's lucky to get away with that, is Liam Baker.
Far off the halfway mark of this third term. Huge crowd at the MCG. A little bit of rain early, but turned out to be quite a nice evening here in Melbourne. Sporting capital of the world. Pies high floater inside 50. Mycheck, as always, fully committed. Did really well. He's created this opportunity. Pendlebury casually to Josh Dankos, and they finally get one straight. It's taken a while, but the Pies get their 4th goal. 4-12-36 to 4-3-27. And it is brought to you on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
They just love it when players have composure and they take their time. They're prepared to be run down from behind or get collared from the side, but they just hold the ball for that extra second and a half to make sure their teammates then in the position and they can kick a goal from that position. That handball coming out from Elliott was fantastic. Then Pendlebury held the ball, but Elliott was the one. He just held it that extra second longer. He allowed all the play to go past him, and that was the genius in it.
Storm, Rabbitohs, Choice Hotel around the ground. Two-man?
Storm 18, Rabbitohs at 10, 67 minutes in.
Richmond player count the Collingwood in.
What's happening? There's a player out of position, is there?
They're good now. Thanks, Taylor.
All good now. Head to Macca's for 10 chicken McBites for just $3. Wow, 30 cents a piece. What a one-handed grab that is. Back in the middle we go. Pendlebury applies a tackle. The crisp bar. Just too much on it for Elliott. Sorry, Mitchell. Mopped up the other way by Taranto. Now, Marlon Pickett. Daniel Rioli's got time. He just looks so beautifully suited to half back to Taranto. He sends it on the outer side to Jackie Ross out of the Waverley Hawks. Now Graham. Slider forward and he hits Prestia right on 50. Probably too far out to score Dion. He's got runners coming down laterally and one of them is Taranto. Tim Taranto will line up. Hasn't kicked a goal, Two-Man, for the Tigs. 3 behinds as he kicked.
Spot on, Howie, correct.
Okay, so if he bangs this one home, Timmy, they'll be coming from everywhere. Players always know whether their teammates have kicked a goal for the team. This will bring it back to a 3-point margin. Will take his best from right on the paint of 50. Timmy T runs out to the right, doesn't time it, in fact shanks it. Falls to a dangerous area. It's going to be out on the full. It was Noble who just buried it out of defence. And Ralph Smith will reset things 55 out in front of the members.
Putt Road end of the MCG. Really good crowd in for Friday night footy. Tigers got 3-1 in this term. They still trail by 9 points. Front Darcy Moore. Pretty quiet evening so far, Two-Man, the Collingwood captain.
Just the 2 touches, yet to take a mark.
McStay, they're good hands. They haven't been working until that point, but a really good grab for Hoskin Elliott. The kick probably favoured Blostone, but he didn't take the mark. Jamie Elliott runs onto it, sockers it in front of Ash Johnson. If he can pick it up, he's got to go. He's going to try and sock it off the ground. And in doing so, he's missed. So the Pies go to 4-13-37 to 4-3-27, 10-point lead to Collingwood. Triple M Beacon trade scoreboard.
I just saw Nick Dacos get a touch deep in defence. That's his first touch for the quarter. So they've managed to keep him quiet.
Tigers in possession on the outer side. Ross loops a hand pass. He'll get it back here, Jack Ross. He's got Bobby Hill on his hammer. Puts it out in front of the big-bodied Graham. So they're surging forward here, the Tigers. Lynch, spoilt by Moore. Good spoil too. Graham takes on Moore. And he's got to be done. That Darcy Moore does it really well. They take the advantage. They'll get it into the hands of Nick Dacos. Now Tom Mitchell. The Stars are queuing up. Johnson, he's had a good night. Gets out in front of Bobby Hill. Here they come, Collingwood. Bobby, a little chipper. Jamie Elliott. 45 out. Go back and have a shot, Jamie.
Hard to contain Bobby Hill when he gets on the run like that, and just watch him at the last moment. He saw Elliott out of the corner of his eye. He was going to go long, realised there wasn't a lot on because they had extra numbers back, the Tigers. The kick on the outside of the foot, it's a hard one to do when you're running flat out like he was, but he pulled it off nicely.
Beautiful kick for goal, this man. Surprisingly, 2 goals for this season for Jamie Elliott. He of the after the siren against Essendon. Oh, he loves it. Loves it, but a Tigers defender gets back. I reckon he might have got a hand on that. Call to goal. They will review it as they jog back down the middle, but it's call to goal for Jamie Elliott. And now Collingwood answer bang bang with Jay Dacos and Jay Elliott to take it back out to 16 points. 5-13-43 to 4-3-27. On the Triple M Beacon trade scoreboard. Supporting tradies, 120 stores. Beacon making every tradie's job easier.
Well, they got challenged and they've responded, haven't they, Collingwood? But they needed to. Tigers came out showing some good run in the third term, spreading Collingwood wide, running in numbers and having some good looks going forward. That's the first real good look Collingwood have had going inside 50. Just bought a little bit of time. Johnson toe poking the ball out to Bobby Hill, and then he had his choice of targets. It's a good finish and a good decision from the goal umpire to back himself in. He was in perfect position, didn't need to go for a review.
Jason Dunstall, Nathan Brown, your Triple M Super special comments. Pies have steadied nicely here. Third term, Josh Dacos, wonderful player. In front of McCreary. He bends that one back to a really good spot. Johnson might have even had half a arm held. It was Hoskin Elliott who came front and centre. Bobby Hill's tackle, really good. Pendlebury, oh, look at the class. Weaved his way through. How brilliant was that? Scott Pendlebury in game number, how many's Scotty Pendlebury played? 361 is what I'm looking for. And how well are you moving at that age? brilliant from Pendlebury. 3 goals in a row for the Pies. 6-13-49. The Tigers 4-3-27. Triple M Beacon Trade score.
Well, the feed up from ground level was brilliant, but Pendlebury just ran a loop and he realised where the space was and he sold the candy. Noah Bolter jumped in the air. He jumped like 6 foot off the ground, Chief. He bought the candy. And Scotty Pendlebury ran around him, but had the presence of mind again to snap the goal nicely.
He could have had a shot, Brownie, when he first gets it, but he didn't like the look. He didn't like the feel of it, so he thought, nah, I don't like this. I don't want to kick on my right foot. I don't want to kick a banana, so I'll just make some space for myself. Pretty pumped with it too, and entitled to be.
Great smile too on the Triple M Harvey Norman replay. Bonus deals across a huge range of Bosch appliances now at Harvey Norman. They go off the ground. Hits McCreary, who drops it into the square. Collingwood on the attack now. Bobby Hill gets a shove. Falls to a dangerous area. Dylan Grimes dives on it. Pushes it across the line. So Collingwood have now kicked 3 in a row to match Richmond's 3 in a row at the start of the term. Collingwood by 12 at quarter time, 19 at half time. Richmond got within 3 points.
Triple M Red said, Howie, spot on, 3 points, 9 minutes into this quarter.
Thank you, Cheers. Now back to 23 points, 50-27, 7.5 to go before the major final term.
Quaynor, a beautiful mark. Read it better than his opponent, Marlon Pickett. Big, strong grab from Isaac Quaynor. Do you in a moment remind me of the big names out for the Tigers and when we'll see them back? They've got some serious experience. Outland Baker drops back into the hole, takes an easy intercept mark.
We've got Nathan Broad, obviously 4-week suspension. Hopper, he's out with a knee.
Be back next week, he told us, Dewey.
Martin Hammy, short calf, he's about 2 to 3 weeks away. Tarrant with a hip is a couple of weeks away, and Soldo is out with a foot injury, 3 to 5.
So a bit of experience to come back for the Tigers. It just seems, to my eye, Chief, when Collingwood get moving, they just look like a bit classier outfit tonight.
Yeah, although their last couple of kicks inside 50 haven't been good. That was a poor one from Nick Dacos, finding Floston able to cut it off.
So the man who hasn't had a baby goes short. And goes across the line. Side bottom with a spoil. Looks a lot like Fernando Alonso without hair. The Steel's side bottom. Contested possessions, Collingwood leading at 115 to 88. They lead the game 6-14 to 4-3 by 23 points. They've got it in hand at the moment. Bolton with a little check side around the members' wing. Jack Revolt gets front position, makes a good attempt to mark it. Slippery ball comes to ground right on the AFL logo. Pendlebury, ungainly off the ground. You never use the word Pendlebury and ungainly in the same sentence. Good work by the Pies to keep progressing it forward. Give it back to Scont. They do. Goes out towards the gap. Here come Collingwood again. McCreary's there. Dishes out off a hand pass. McStay, they're queuing up. Good bounce. Pendlebury's on the ground. And it just squeezes out the back through Baker. And now Bolter.
Clearing kick is okay to Shea Bolton, who he's going to tear the game apart. Too early, Shea Bolton.
Yeah, spot on. There was only disposal number 15 for Bolton, and he had 8 in the first.
That was a good opportunity off the boot of Judson Clark, and a rare occasion you've seen Tom Lynch have a one-on-one, and the kick was perfect. Lynch took the mark directly in front of goal, 40 metres out.
Yeah, Cumberland again getting involved. Another beautiful inside 50. He just keeps hitting targets. He's been the difference for Richmond getting back into this game in the third term.
He was the activated sub right at the start of the second half. Tom Lynch, incredible player. He has been coming across to the Tigers, and he's dragged that one uncharacteristically and missed. So 6-14 plays 4-4. And there's a margin of 22 points in favour of the Magpies and the Triple M Beacon Trade score.
Chief, we saw Shea Bolton play various times in the midfield last year, looked really dangerous. Out of the stoppages in the middle of the ground, was getting high numbers. Played purely as a forward so far this year. I know we're only 3 games in, we've got Taranto and Hopper, but I'd still like to see him play more time in the midfield.
Nick Dacos, Josh Dacos, Billy Frampton, Nick Dacos, centre wing. Little squeezing ball forward to Elliott. Don't know if he meant to do that to give it to Bobby Hill, but he did well. Still, they shove the ball forward. It's out of bounds on the outer side. For Macca's and Ream Hotwater, Triple M Rocks footy. What are you seeing? Chuopa low?
Nick Dacos, leading ball winner on the ground. 24 disposals, 5 in this quarter, but still side bottom. He's racked up 20, along with 7 intercepts, which is the most on the ground.
Who's got the votes tonight?
Nate.
There's Bolton up in the midfield as Nate wants to see a little bit more of that Murphy. Defensive fist Works its way back into the middle of the MCG. Picked up by Cochin. Floating left foot ball. Lynch has come charging into the back. And he's got a push in the back, Chief. Cannon into his mate Jack Relock, but the free kick against Billy Frampton.
He's just missed one, Tom Lynch, so he gets a chance to atone right here.
Triple Harvey Norman replay screen.
Just a little left hand in the back from Frampton sent him under the footy.
Not a huge amount in that one,
no,
Chief.
Sometimes you get away with it, sometimes you don't, Duke.
I'm on.
I'd like my house on Tom Lynch here. He's a beautiful set shot kick. Missed one in almost the identical spot just a moment ago to the left.
Oh, Duke, your house is gone.
Jeez, you just don't see that too often.
Yeah, well, he's going to have to live in one of the other four.
That is heartbreaking for the Darcy family. Now 6-14-50 to 4-5-29.
Not sure whoever moves in will want the Josh Frydenberg poster out the front.
One of the 11 villas in Bali.
Dacos plays on. To Noble, back to Josh Dacos, yet another possession, Chewy.
25.
McStay. He might not get big numbers, McStay, but he often has two defenders on him and he brings the ball to ground, Chief. He rarely gets outmarked.
He's got to give him that contest every single time. That's what he's there for.
We're going to mark him harder, Nick Dacos, as he goes on because he's so good, but he's had 26 disposals so far. I don't think he's been as damaging as the first 2 weeks.
Nate the Chief from the Triple M Super Supers closing in on three-quarter time. Eyes with a comfortable 21-point lead at the moment. The Crisper gets it to Josh Dacos. It's a beautiful little sidestep on and then heads towards Mychek, who went really early. Great second effort tackler, Brody Mychek, and he slammed into Marlon Pickett. Enjoyed his own work there, Brody.
He did, didn't he?
Choice Hotels. Every time I look up there, Nate, it's another score review.
Another video ref reviews.
Up there too, is he?
There. Still 18-10. This will be a no try as well. Didn't quite get his hand down.
Okay, Josh Dacos wobbles the ball inside 50. There's McStay, bring it to ground again. Crisp. Dylan Grimes. Hit agricultural off the ground. Now sits on top of the footy. Gone. And when the player sits on top of the footy, the opposition makes sure it stays under there, Chiefy.
Yeah, he's claiming his innocence, but he knew the moment that he dived on that ball, he was in trouble if it didn't come out.
So Jamie Elliott, nice man to have the shot at goal. So he's going to kick from 27 metres out. 8 metres inside the boundary. Probably got the drop punt unless he goes a little sneaky check side. He's kicked 1 goal this term, has Jamie Elliott, 1 goal for the match. Much loved by Collingwood fans, this man. Playing game number 158. He's kicked 229 goals before tonight. Very deliberate approach. Oh, gee. Straight off the side of the boot. And just sneaks it through for one behind. 6-15-51 Collingwood. Richmond 4-5-29. You got 2.5 to go before the final break on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
It's the most amount of points ever kicked in a game, Two-man.
Come back to you very shortly again, Das.
Thank you, Two-man.
Didn't give us much information on the name Judson yet, has he?
I was waiting for you to ask. Because it's non-statistical, doesn't really arouse me, but it's the English origin, Howie, meaning son of Jordan. The only famous person I know is Judson Mills. Have you heard of him?
No, what's he do?
Played in the TV series Walker, Texas Ranger.
Yep.
Between 99 and 01.
We've got a blood rule here. Right, check coming off.
Thanks, Chewy. Probably don't need to know exactly what arouses
Wait
you,
for the whistle, Billy.
Good update.
I tell you what, he has had a very exciting start to the year. The Two-man on the home front down there at Point Cook. You were telling me out the back before.
The Spa?
Been in the heating bill through the roof.
Current energy prices.
Had it set on 39 degrees.
Well overdue.
Billy Frampton pumps a long ball to the edge of 50. Getting back and taking a pretty easy mark. Tyler Young.
Stand, Danny.
For the Tigers, just his second game. Young and Chief is giving a nervous moment here to Tiger fans. Showed a lot of it to McCreery. Side bottom picked it up back to Bo McCreery. Grimes and Marlon Pickett do well to reef it back. Prestia try to handle the one motion. Jordan to go a bit sore on the shoulder after trying to lay that tackle. Tommy Brown, keep an eye on that for a moment.
Bit of a stinger, Duke, I reckon.
Might be a stinger.
What's Baker had, Chewy, on the Reds, Ed?
Howie Baker, 24 disposals. He's the leading ball winner on the ground for the Tigers.
I don't know much, but I reckon he's been their best player tonight. He's been in everything.
Who's that, Howard?
Baker.
Come on, guys. Same again, Dusty. Toby.
What do you think, Nate?
He's been serviceable, yes.
Had a late grace.
He hasn't had a baby too, has he?
I don't know. We'll check. We'll check, Nate. What's the score in the third quarter in the league?
Same again, Dusty.
It's flat in the 10.
Okay. Pendlebury kicked a ripping goal this term. You'll see it on the news tomorrow, no doubt. Side bottom goes off the ground. To go, his shoulder looks okay as he attacks that pack. Back to number 22, side bottom, puts it out in front of the Crisp. He's got a bit of room. He's got targets. It's Jamie Elliott. Oh, yes. Jackie Crisp getting it done. Jamie points to the goals and says, I can kick this from 48 out from the second for the term.
He's just such an important player for Collingwood, Jamie Elliott. He gives them something different. He's quick on the lead. He can take pack marks for a smaller to mid-sized forward. He's mobile. He's a really skilled player. They just need him to stay fit and get a good run at it season after season.
Went to Iceland, walked out of a restaurant, Chief, and saw the Northern Lights unexpectedly.
Yeah.
You enjoyed seeing over the off-season Jamie Elliott. Look at this man, Jamie Elliott. Bangs it home from 50 for his second. Now Collingwood is stretching the Tigers. 7-15, 57, 4-5-29. I reckon that's a game high 28-pointer on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Spot on, Howie.
Challenged and answered Collingwood.
2 minutes at the first multiple goal kicker of the night, Jamie Elliott.
Triple M Red Z, you're all over it, Das. 2 goals, 1 for Elliott.
Yep, got himself up and going in this third term. 11 touches and 2 goals. That's a big impact.
Bob Jane, Tommy Brown.
Darcy Cameron has just gone down to the rooms. I assume it's standard practice, but just one to keep an eye on. He did look sore as he came off and consulted with the doctor and the physio.
And that's left Ash Johnson doing the ruck work at the centre bounce.
He just was sort of favouring a knee, I reckon, having a look on the Harvey Norman or Brownie. Good finish from Jamie Elliott.
They've been prepared to really carry that second ruck position, the Pies, haven't they? It's worked well for them with how consistent Darcy Cameron's been. He can play a lot of minutes. Here's chance for Judson. Again, Judson Clark's had a big impact, starting as the sub, coming on the second half. Like the bird to pick it out of bounds on the full. Almost three-quarter time. 7-15, 57.
Line if you want to come up.
That's Collingwood, 4-5-29. You just jump in your car. The Pies have been in front for the whole game. 12 points at quarter time, 19 at half time. And it's going to be a bigger three-quarter time lead. Currently 28 points, side bottom. Shanked that one out of bounds on the full. Almost marked by Tommy Brown down there.
So siren will sound pretty much as soon as Baker kicks this. So the Tigers kick the first 3 to get it back to 3 points. Then Josh Dacos, Jamie Elliott, Pendlebury and Elliott with his second. Collingwood kicking the last 4. They led by 12 at quarter time, 19 at the half. They've taken it out to a 28-point margin. The Red Pie, Hot Pies. Collingwood 7-15, 57. Richmond 4-5-29. The Pies by 28 points at three-quarter time. McDonald's and Marine Water, you know the rest. Triple M rocks football.
That quarter for Beacon Trade, supporting tradies with over 120 stores, a wide range of lighting and electrical products, and expert trade teams who offer the best services, making every tradie's job easier.
For McDonald's.
Triple M rocks footy.
For a Friday night feed, head to Macca's for 10 chicken McBites for just $3. What a one-handed grab.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
When you listen to Triple M Footy in 2023, wherever your seat is won't matter.
Look at them rise to their feet!
Because we'll bring you the moments that will get you out of it.
Dolphin candy! Wing it! Thickness! Lucky! Around the pocket! No way!
Join the Temper Mattress call team tomorrow from noon for Hawthorn and North Melbourne.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's, Triple M rocks footy.
Get all SIM coverage and super speeds with Aussie Broadband Mobile. Switch in minutes. Keep your number or get a new one. Easier than you think. We know you'll love us, so you'll get your first month free. Switch now at aussiebroadband.com.au. aussiebroadband.com.au. Powered by the Optus Network. New mobile services only. Offer ends March 31. T's and C's apply.
Hi, Luke Dallas here. If your goal is to work in the building and construction industry, then follow my footsteps to study at TIV. Specialising in building and construction since 2007, TIV's training and student support will be with you every step of the way. Follow TIV's pathway in becoming a registered builder, estimator or site manager in face-to-face or virtual classes. Apply online, learn now and build your future faster with TIV.
Enrol now at tiv.vic.edu.au. Government funding available for eligible applicants. RTO 21920.
Are you running a small business or is your business running you? If you spend hours every day climbing mountains of admin, then you need Thrive, the all-in-one management software built for small business. Search Thrive, THRYV today.
Hello, Frank Walker from National Tiles. For 43 years, National Tiles has consistently given our customers the best value for money tiles in Australia. Here's proof. Magnificent polished Verona floor tiles. National Tiles' best value price of $39 is over 20% below the market. That's right, 20% below the market every day of the year. Yes, I personally guarantee you National Tiles has the best value for money tiles in Australia every day of the year.
Australia, now is the best time to enjoy Aussie fresh fruit and veg.
Right now, 100% Aussie loose white seedless grapes are in season and just $3.50 per kilo.
Coles, value the Australian way.
Offer ends Tuesday.
ROBOT, Robot Building Supplies.
The Man Cave, shed, garage, sports room, home office, whatever you want to call it, Robot Building Supplies has everything to renovate or build it.
Robot's got it.
Metal roofing, cladding, wall panelling.
Robot's got it.
Structural steel, timber, insulation.
Robot's got it.
With 24-hour delivery, get it done fast with Robot Building Supplies. Notting Hill, Sunshine, Preston, Dramana, Pakenham, Coldstream and Darnham. robotbuildingSupplies.com.au.
ROBOT, Robot Building Supplies.
Can't wait for your Canter? You don't have to. They're in the lot, ready to do the lot. See your Fuso dealer today. Job done. Subject to availability and conditions of sale. Find out more at fuso.com.au.
Tradies. Beacon Trade now works harder for you with better referral discounts and free Beacon design services for you and your clients worth up to $250. Join Beacon Trade today and discover all the benefits. T's and C's apply.
Shut up! The foot is on the radio!
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Titanium Caravans. Tough on and off the field.
MCG sees Collingwood leader by 28 points, 7-15-57 to Richmond 4-5-29. The mighty Melbourne Storm have taken care of the Bunnies, 18-10. Sub down there, Bob Jane T-Marts.
Yeah, they've just submitted the substitute paperwork, Collingwood, so they'll activate the sub. They've got two injury concerns. Darcy Cameron with a potential knee injury and Myercheck cut his eye. So I'll have an update very shortly, but I think Carmichael will come on.
All right, Bob Jane T-Marts, they've got great buy three, get one free deals plus instant cashback. Call or order online today, T&C Supply.
Now, there's something that you and I do every week, Howie.
What's
we
that?
look, because we sit up in the commentary boxes and we're surrounded by our colleagues.
Yep.
And one of our colleagues has an amazing culinary experience every week. And I always look and I think, what is going on tonight? He's got 2 litres of milk, another litre of Coke, and I've seen him have 2 coffees so far.
Who's this? Standard fare. Standard
Well,
fare.
I called with him last week.
Yeah.
I sent you blokes a photo.
I know you did. It makes me feel sick just thinking
Blocks
of
of
it.
chocolate, all sorts of
last
things.
week
Gets
was
himself up.
2 Red Bulls,
Yep.
a coffee,
Sometimes he has the
packet of Twix.
the V,
Hang on.
the power drink,
He had 2 separate 1 litre pineapple juices.
and a great caller.
Yeah, he's the best.
One of the best in the business.
Pipe.
The pipe.
About Dwayne Russell, so he's halfway through the Pura as we speak. But he's got he's got an unbelievable rig on him. He's got muscle on his muscles, and he drank 2 Red Bulls and had a whole packet of Twix.
Milk when you call it.
Oh.
2 litre, he drinks it straight out of the 2 litre.
You worked with him when you left the 3AW, no?
And he did it 10 years ago. He had the Pure Light start.
Gets him up and about.
He's a
Whatever
gun.
works. But he's putting that down with a Coca-Cola, so the milk and it's like a spider, isn't it?
Oh, imagine your gut at the end of the night. But he's in unbelievable nick.
Yeah.
Triple M Red Z Lenders, Red Z Lending Loans to the self-employed, REDZED.com. Chewy?
Jamie Elliott, number 1 ranked player in that third quarter. 11 disposals, 7 score involvements and 2 goals won.
He's just pouring himself a little lechy now. There's the big Dwayne pipe. And away he goes. Look at Brad Johnson's having a bit of a chuckle over there in the other boxes. He gets stuck in order. Away we go. McDonald's Marine Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. DeGoey, left foot ball. Really well played by Riola. He's been good too. Takes front position. Loves half back. Plays it beautifully. Murphy, heart and soul, punches it across the line. Richmond need early goals.
Tommy Brown, we've spoken about Josh Carmichael coming on, have we, Tommy?
We did mention it just before, Darcy. I'm just trying to work out whether it was for Cameron or Myercheck. I'll find out.
All right, we'll look forward to hearing from you on that one. For Bob Jane teammates, Josh Carmichael, just his 8th game. Was the 9th pick of the mid-season draft. Josh Carmichael gets an opportunity, and there he is, straight into the action on the wing in front of Tommy Brown. Members wing side of the MCG, picked up by Cochin. What's he had tonight, two-man?
Trent Cochin, 15 touches.
Half-back, it's picked up very nicely there. Judson Clark involved again. It was in the direction of Bolton, but slapped away nicely by Maynard. De Goey thought about the handball, and then got tackled, and it's trapped underneath him, and he's gone, Jordan De Goey. Free kick to the Tigers. Centre forward.
57-29 is the lead of the Pies over the Tigers. Away we go again. They drive it forward. Cochin to centre half forward. Mansell's out the back. Josh Dacos with a fist on it. The Crisper tries to get his hand on it. Little check side arrangement from Presti. Doesn't quite work out. Lynch comes out hard. Side bottom. Provides the ride. McIntosh hemmed in on the pocket. Squaring ball. Really good. Really good spoil by the man they call Pruzzy. And it's out of bounds in the pocket for the Tigers.
Pies fans enjoying what they're seeing from their team here at the MCG. Let's get to Tommy Brown.
Yes, for Darcy Cameron, who had that potential knee concern coming off. It didn't look too bad, but they've subbed him, and obviously that's paved the way for Carmichael to come on.
Question without notice for you, Nate Brown. Who's the next ruckman up for Darcy Cameron for the Magpies on their list?
Well, Coxie's out.
Get help with Ash from that one.
Dan McStay probably doing a little bit of ruck work out there for the Pies, but
Coxie had a hematoma in his ribs. Big Mesa.
Good mark taken for the Tigers, and it will be a chance for Ryan Mansell, 30 metres out directly in front. How did that happen, Howie?
He got kneed last week, and then I read today he went to training on Wednesday and started training and realised something wasn't right. And the doc said, mate, if you got another knock here, it could have been extremely
had a blood clot in
big
there, blood clotting behind the ribs.
I think that's what a hematoma is, isn't it? But thankfully he's okay, the big man.
Not everyone will realise that, How.
Sorry, Nate. Sorry, Chiefy.
And Mansell directly in front. City end of the MCG. Can the Tigers get a goal to start the final quarter? He's missed. Richmond go to 4-6-30. The Pies 7-15-57.
My sister's a doctor, Chief. She's currently in Barcelona on what I can gather is a taxpayer-funded junket.
Well, the Howards are prone to the odd junket or two, aren't they?
No, it was Nate was the one who was ripping off the whole COVID payment situation.
Well, that was the loophole.
Yeah, the big loophole. Hampton to Hill. I think put a second story on when COVID hit.
She the favourite child in the family?
Oh, yeah, she's the clever one.
I would have thought so.
Yeah, no, she's definitely the clever one. That's the mad dog. She's definitely the clever one. So they're trying to decide if it was off a boot on the outer side. So Baker kicked it.
Off his knee.
Came off side bottom's knee. She got 409 out of 410 for her VCE.
Wow.
And then my old man just kept saying,
what'd you get?
What are you doing? 160. No, I got a bit more than that, but I didn't get that many, Chief. I got about 320, I think. 320. It was 80%.
You probably know the number.
Yeah, I got 322 out of 410.
How about you, Chief? You're a bit of an academic.
No. We had a different system, mate. So we had
but
a minimum of 610 and a top of 990.
So what general percent? So I got 80%. What percentage?
I got 950.
950 out of what?
990.
Oh, look at our man. I got no idea. That's a high 95.
No, I got no idea what percentile that is.
Well, it's pretty high.
Nah.
How about you, Nate? How did you go down there in Bendigo?
A
what?
Oh, they were just some of the letters that they learned in Bendigo.
Started drilling off the Pies into attack.
I think Nate was spending more time peeling off your sort of Leroy-style gear down there.
Rioli. It's been marked by Maynard. He's going to send the Pies.
How about you, Darcy? How'd you go at Ross River?
Attack. I was about at 80%.
Yeah, it's 80%.
Solid 80%.
Solid. What about you, Chewy?
About mid-70s.
Mid-70s. Okay. Maynard. Bruzzy drives it inside 50 to the sticky-handed one, Johnson. Falls out the back to Carmichael, the sub. Adams caught in a tackle. Goes out the back to Maynard. Now Nick Dacos, Josh Dacos, mungs it forward. Only as far as Baker, the man from Lake Grace. Many good footballers out of Lake Grace. And the ball goes to Maynard, who just tries to hack it off the ground. A little bit of a scrappy period. Underground handball. Cochin, what are his numbers tonight, the Koch?
Trent Cochin, 17 touches.
Clever soccer off the ground from Rioli. Finds Rewalt, and hard going for the key forwards for the Tigers. Out in front, Judson Clark. He can't keep it in. Trailed by Noble. So it'll be thrown in attack. City end for the Tigers.
The bigger question is, Howard, have you ever been back to your old school and received an envelope for going back, like the Duke is going to do soon?
No, I haven't.
Gather round.
I haven't done cashies at my own school. That's terrible.
And burning us to be able to do it.
Yeah,
you keep firing
terrible
defamatory comments, Nate, then I'll have to take that further.
This from you, who just made about 9 blatant lies in the pre-game today.
Where are you going tomorrow, Howie?
Maynard.
Worked it out yet?
Maynard down to Ash Johnson. He marks centre wing. Slides the ball forward. It's an open forward line. They go inside to the crisper. He can't quite pick it up off his laces. Shovels out a hand pass. Grimes, Elliott. Grimes got in his back. Bolton's got an issue. Gets rid of the footy. Vlosto. And he finds a man on centre wing. That's Judson Clark. Sends it forward to Revolt. Darcy Moore arrives right in time. Bob Jane, Tom Brown.
Random fact, if Das went to Ross Trevor, Nathan Brown's favourite interviewee, Andrew Pridham, the very, very successful Swans chairman, went to the same school.
He did indeed, Tommy. We bonded over that for a moment until Nate upset him. And he's never come back, as he told us, Tommy. I will never darken the doorstep.
Oh, it was the forged painting, wasn't it?
It wasn't one of Nate's finer moments.
It's not often you get accused of international art theft, though, is it?
Exactly.
Buying a fake painting was one of his finer moments either.
Highly successful businessman, and you have your...
Nate takes no prisoners.
He doesn't. We told him not to, but he did it anyway.
I think we actually encouraged
Did we?
A little bit happening off the ball between Cochin and Mitchell. A bit of push and shove. A couple of little...
He could have found these funny
jumper punches.
Yeah, he didn't think it was that funny. You used some weird story about you and Rob Murphy with a forged sporting ticket that told him he'd bought a dodgy painting worth $100.
I just needed an intro. That was it.
I can't imagine you forging anything, Nate.
Centre wing ball. Might have been the night of the infamous Chinese. Free kick the way of Collingwood.
There's some aggro there, Chief, between those two, isn't there? Cochin and Mitchell.
Been going on a bit. It's bubbling.
Hello to Leroy in the studio.
Speaking of bubbling.
Someone wake him up from under the table. Make sure he's still with us. Back there at headquarters, Josh Dacos. Don't need to wake him up. He's always on. Hoskin Elliott off the side of the boot. It's a bit pedestrian out there at the moment. There's a lot of sort of fumbles and mistakes. Rioli got cleaned up by Maynard. Free kick for Morris. Half back. Margins 27 points in favour of the Magpies. Murphy. He is your heart and soul, isn't he?
Yeah.
Love the way he goes about it. His teammates love him as well, Nathan Murphy.
He and Frampton have both been very good tonight, down back.
Frampton's been terrific, Chief.
Triple M Seabar Super making hard work half. He got Noodles and the Chiefs. So it's still only 27 points, but Collingwood would have to give up 5, and Richmond would only kick 4 for the night. Mitchell applies a tackle. Marlon Pickett. Prestia immediately confronted by the heart and soul man Murphy.
Geez, they've tackled well tonight, Collingwood. Every time Richmond have found some space, they've just mowed that space down. Big tackles, particularly from their defenders.
This one's thrown up just in front of the interchange race. Nankervis taking the full 360 in the tackle by Pendlebury. Play on was a call. Josh Dacos to Taylor Adams. Taranto gets involved. Quainer got hold of him. It's a bit of a rolling maul out there at the moment. Forward for the Tigers, as Howard said before, it's 27 points, but a long, long way home. Takes some sort of miracle. Jordan De Goey, he's been huge again, man.
Disposal number 26, Das, along with 7 clearances and 430 metres gained.
You've seen him alongside his skipper on the Triple M Harvey Norman replay screen. Bonus deals with a huge range of Bosch appliances now at Harvey Norman. And Ream Hot Water, built tough for Aussie conditions when it comes to water heating. Ask your plumber to install a room. Centre wing. Bolton winds it down the forward flank, and Murphy, he just is a hard man to beat. Marks in front of Cumberland, who has been good since he's come on as Noah.
Bolton definitely had more disposals after half-time. He's definitely more midfield time after half-time. Ash, can we have a look at his numbers?
Mitchell.
Yep.
Myercheck, Pendlebury, Mitchell. Wobbles it forward. Baker on a clean pick-up. Carmichael will be free if Collingwood find him. Man, you're asked to start about the most behinds as well.
Yes, 41 behinds. That was by Hawthorn Howie back in 1977. 25-41. The Matthews brothers kicked 11 behinds between them. That's Kelvin and Lee Matthews.
No doubt kicked a few goals as well.
Yep, they kicked combined 10 majors in that game.
How many games did Kelvin Matthews play, True Man? Brother of Lethal. Over the head of Billy Frampton, he's got some support from Quaynor, gives it to Murphy. It's going to be taken pretty comfortably by Ross here at half-back, right in front of the Triple M commentary box.
Yeah, 155 games Kelvin Matthews played. Kicked 169 majors, but he played 58 Geelong, 97 at Hawthorn.
Chief, any recollection of before your time? I would have thought Kelvin.
He was before my time, unfortunately, Duke.
Was he?
He was a hard man too, though.
Was he?
Oh, yeah. Cut from the same cloth.
McCreary, it's wobbled down the line, and it goes out of bounds. Titanium Caravan scoreboard. Titanium Caravan's tough on and off the field. If you get a Caravan, you've got to get a Titanium. Collingwood 15-57 lead. Richmond 4-6-30. He hasn't hit great heights this one, Noodles.
No.
Thank you, hands up.
It hasn't been the most exciting game of football we'll go to this season, but still Collingwood are good to watch. McStay, Nick Dacos, possession number
30.
Crisper towards Elliott. Pendlebury's just done some wonderful things as he does. Applies a good tackle. Cochin. Cumberland, left foot ball towards Frampton, who's had the better of Lynch. Real confidence builder this one for Billy. Does well again. Plays it off. Lynch picks it up, gives it to Murphy. He's caught by Lynch. They'll move it forward here, Richmond. This is last gasp stuff. Lands in the hands of jumping Jackie Revolt. 40 out, 3 metres inside the boundary. Simply must kick the goal. This is narrow to a 21-pointer with 10.5 on the clock. On the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. Titanium Caravan's tough on and off the field. Come on, Jack. What can you do? 4 disposals. 1 mark, 1 goal, 1 for jumping Jackie Boy. Crosses the 50 now. Will take a beautiful kick for Jack. He is a beautiful kick. He shapes it in. Loves it. Something for the Tigers. Something. They're 5th, 5-6-36. Collingwood 7-15, 57. Jack's got 2. And it's back to a 21-point margin, 10-26 on the clock. First goal of the term.
So I reckon Damien Hardwick can have an influence on the game from the coach's box. So 21 points. Collingwood seemingly going okay at the moment. They get the 1 goal back. I'll be putting some pace through the midfield now. I'll try and get Bolton in there as much as I could. I'd get Baker in there as much as I could. McIntosh out in the wing. He can run. Get all my runners around the ball. Collingwood would be tight. They've done a fair bit of work tonight for not much reward, but get my runners around the football. Try and get them on the hop in this next 5 minutes and pinch a couple through pace.
And Curvis coming back onto the ground, and even Darcy Cameron's been substituted out. He's got an advantage. McStay taking the centre bounce. It's Prestia, Cochin and Graham. Can they get the clearance? They are going to get it through Prestia, but he almost kicked it back over his head. Theon Prestia. And the Magpies swoop on it. Crisp and Cochin do battle. Coming in was Baker. Nice little stripping of the football. Morris Rioli, that step was just electrifying. Got around Tom Mitchell like he wasn't even there. Can Lynch get hold of it? Frampton. Oh, Lynch is taking a mark. He didn't even try and mark it. It just stuck to his chest like Velcro.
Didn't know a lot about it, but all of a sudden they get a chance to put a bit of scoreboard pressure on the Pies. A good kick here. The game on. Even though it doesn't feel like they should be in the game or with a chance of winning, but they are if he kicks this.
Tom Lynch has had a very quiet night by his lofty standards. to kick his first goal. He gets it. So Rewalt and Lynch, back-to-back goals. And we are back to within 15 points. Plenty of time, 9.5 remaining in the final quarter on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
The thing you'd like to do right now, Chief, is empty out the forward line, because Tom Lynch, he's got his first, and he's just sort of ragdolled Frampton, who would now be a bit nervous. So he's kicked the goal. He's taken an easy mark on me. If I'm the Tigers, I'm trying to isolate Tom Lynch on him as much as I can in this last 5 to 10 minutes.
I reckon he was stiff, Frampton, though. I thought he had pretty good position, and it kind of just bobbled around in between them, and in the end, Lynch just turned around and said, it's in my hands. Didn't really know that much about it, but a lot depends on the centre clearances for the Tigers. When they get the centre clearance, they're dangerous going forward. When they're bringing it from deep in defence, it's a different matter.
McDonald and Remont Water, Triple M Rocks footy. They've kicked the last two, the only two of the term, to narrow it from a 28.3 quarter time margin to a 17-point margin. The Tigers 9.5 on the clock. So as Das expertly said, plenty of time to go. He wants the centre clearance, puts Adams under a bit of pressure. Quaynor, good footballer. Kicks a 45-metre drop punch. Shallow entry inside 50. Ralph Smith, the athletic one, comes back, puts Rioli under all sorts of pressure. McCreary dumps him into the turf. Daniel didn't have prior opportunity. Collingwood have kept it in their forward 50, and McCreary's a tackling machine. How many tackles he had, Chewy? McCreary.
Triple M Reds he's had 5, second most for Collingwood.
Then Curvis has put his knee straight into the back of Brody Myercheck's head. He's got the front of his face split open, and he gets up and understandably feels a little bit worse for wear. It was a pretty callous knee in the back of the head, if that makes sense, from big ruckman. Here is the impressive substitute who's come on and made an impact, Noah Cumberland. McIntosh down the line, the kick favours Quaynor, but here comes Morris Rioli applying some pressure. McStay, who's in the ruck at the moment, gets back and finds Billy Frampton, half back for the Pies.
Did really well, Quaynor and Frampton. Nick Dacos, Murphy, forward hand pass, finds DeGoey downfield because Murphy was decked after he got rid of the footy. Jordan DeGoey on the Reds' edge.
Disposal number 29 along with 9 clearances.
So he's taking some time out of the game and shaping that he wants to kick it inside 50 towards the boundary line. Touch more central than that. Elliott makes a good contest in the air. Cochin will get a free kick for a high against the aforementioned Bo McCreary.
I'll have to get another one here, the Tigers, and they'll get some nervous moments for Collingwood if they can. Cochin decked after he kicked it. Umpire was not unhappy with that. Darcy Moore takes a really good contested mark opposed to Lynch. Finds Jordan DeGoey. He'll be pretty close to the votes, I would have thought. Ash Chua.
It's up to disposal number 30, 9 clearances.
Dacos finds McStay, releases Quaynor. They're going to go deep inside 50. The Pies getting back now. Curvis read it beautifully. Back there, the big man.
It's a poor kick when you're bombing it inside 50 and you're kicking it straight to the opposition ruckman. Got to use better vision there, Isaac Quaynor.
How many's Nick Dacos had, Chewy?
32 touches, leading ball winner.
Pickett hems the boundary line. Billy Frampton sees it across the line, so Maynard will come on. Mitchell's looking to come on the ground as well. He's waving to his fellow midfielder, and it's Pendlebury that's going to sprint off and hand it over to Tommy Mitchell. So what do we got? 7:11 on the clock. They need to kick the last 3 goals of the match here, Richmond. And they trail by 15 points. Centre wing. DeGoey goes out of mid-air. Oh, big fly by Bobby Hill, and he gave away a free kick. Went a touch early there, Bobby.
Minor launch, Bobby. Let's get Tommy Brown.
Yeah, the official crowd 85,241 despite driving rain before the game. That's a massive crowd. Collingwood home game. They get the gate.
Bob Jones team marks. Tommy's still in the numbers for the Pies. Just undersold it a touch, Chew. He's about 8,000 off from his prediction, Chew.
Getting out of form, but that's a great crowd, isn't it? 85. They were averaging 74 from their previous 4 at the G.
Tommy, what 85,000, what does a footy club take from that? Can you give us a sort of ballpark? I know it's Nate's area, but do you have any idea?
I could probably get you a pretty accurate figure post-game, but I reckon somewhere between $500,000 and $1 million would be my best guess.
Okay, McCreary, stripped of the football, loses it. Do you agree with that, Nate?
Well, it's just a big area.
Got a little run on here at the moment, the Tigers. Just need to be aggressive with their ball going forward.
Lost into Ralph Smith. You wanted a smaller margin, did you, Nate?
Just a specific amount, like 500, and then he's doubled it.
Ralph Smith shanks the ball forward. Didn't time it. But they're coming here, Richmond. One more goal here, and there'll be some real sizzle in this game of football. Quaynor dishes it out. Mitchell caught by Baker. Adams under pressure to Maynard. Never seems to feel pressure. Hits Elliott. Picks it up beautifully. Jamie looking for the knockout blow now coming the other way. Well picked up by Carmichael. The sub comes back with a sweeping hand pass. Maynard took it off Nick Dacos. Now Maynard chips it wide. McCreary, can he gather the ball? Centre wing. Paddles it out in front of himself. Goes back. And now sends it forward. It's a good-looking ball to Degoe. Here come Collingwood. Looking to take care of Richmond with a final goal. Degoe. He's got McStay.
Great kick.
Great kick, and D. McStay from 25 out directly in front, surely to ice the game.
Well, it was just calm by Degoe. He realised that two players down in the goal square were covered. He just had to get it over the gap that was in front of him to McStay, and McStay took courage. The ball had to go back with the flight, but Jordan Degoe moved him into that ball with the way he kicked it, and McStay finished it off.
2 goals in his 2 matches for Collingwood. Haven't kicked a goal this term, the former Lion. Big unit is Dean McStay. Got some big pipes on him. Should kick the goal, should finish the game. Does kick the goal, does finish the game. Collingwood will win here at the MCG. They lead it now by 20 points, 4:44 on the clock of the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard, and McStay kicks his first goal of the evening. Bob Jane, Tommy.
I've got an official figure for Nathan Brown on what that's worth. I'm told by very, very good sources, $1.5 million.
$1.5 million.
3 times the very, very good sources. That's a good gate, Chief. $1.5 million.
Nate normally knows what he's talking about, doesn't he?
I didn't have a go at it though, Chief. I was just more a specific number.
$1.5 million. No wonder Ned was smiling when he came in here.
He was smiling at the start and they wouldn't let him in the ground, Howie.
No.
He turned ugly. Collingwood CEO joining us for the pre-game on the Friday huddle.
Covered all sorts of topics. You can hear it on the podcast. I'd probably skip the first 2 segments of the show and come in about there.
When you were cranky.
He's being baited, Chief.
Under 5 minutes remaining in this game. The Magpies, 20-point lead, picked up by Bobby Hill. Started nicely in his career at the Collingwood Football Club. Ralph Smith to Grimes. Just caressing the boundary line. Short finds Rioli, Nankervis. Noel Bolton now streaming out of defence. Trying to just pull the kick late to Bolton and worked it through to Flostone. Attempted a step through a McCreary tackle. That's not an easy thing to do. Maynard, Hoskin Elliott. Pies win it back. Myercheck, nice use of the body. Cleared a bit of a path. Flostone back there, and again McCreary is relentless in his effort. He forced another tackle into a boundary throw in. 8:15, 63, 6-7, 43, 20-point lead to the Pies. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Plays a great role, McCreary, doesn't he? Doesn't stop. Tackle number 7, and they're all hard tackles too.
Noah Bolton looks in strife, either in strife or completely out of gas. He's got his back to the ball and he's sort of hobbling away.
So if Jack Ginnivan has good form in the twos, Nate, like whose spot's he taking?
They have to be really good form or an injury at the moment, because McCreary's forward pressure was brilliant. Bobby Hill has got electric pace and he's done his job tonight, or he's gone out of it after half time. So I'd imagine that Bobby Hill's got his spot at the moment.
Check side from Baker, the best for Richmond for mine. Diving attempt forward by a couple of Richmond forwards. One of them was Tom Lynch. Ball's right on the attack 50 for Richmond. It's hemmed in. Spills out to the side. Ugly little passage of play. Might work out though. They go inside 50 here again, Richmond. The crisp man has something to do with it, but he's held Jack Ross. He's got a bit of a wild man look about him. He used to be a short back and sider. Now he's got quite the mop. He plays on from 50. Ross sets sail, hits it absolutely perfectly. That's a put down the glasses job, Das. Jackie Ross with the 7th goal for the Tigers. You fear it's too late. 7-7, but they narrow it to 14 points, so they need to kick 3 in 2 minutes and 57 seconds. That is all on your Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. Chief, that's as good a kick as we've seen all night.
Yeah, carried too. Hit the top of the fence behind, but 3 minutes, 3 goals, Howie. It's always doable. Always doable. They feel like they've got momentum at the moment, Richmond, and you can have a look on the Harvey Norman replay screen, just shots of Craig McRae, the Collingwood coach, down on the bench, just looking a little concerned because they should be further in front. The game should have been iced long ago.
Earlier on tonight, the Melbourne Storm up in Sydney knocked off the Rabbits 18-10. Good win by the Storm.
Head back into the centre here at the MCG. Nankervis, the height, the reach and the experience over McStay, but he's forward Collingwood's way initially. Marlon Pickett got back and working through really heavy traffic. Baker did particularly well to get it moving. Now Taranto. Well, Cumberland overran it. Maynard in there. No one can really pick it up. Murphy tried to slap it back in the direction of Dicta. Advantage was taken by Rioli, and he was claimed holding the ball. And Nick Dacos and Morris Rioli have a little bit of a push and shove.
Vinny.
You made a penalty, Chief. Pendlebury.
Big Tom likes to get involved in this stuff.
And he's going on with it with Billy Frampton.
Didn't enjoy it as much when Big Billy came in either, Duke.
A bit of frustration. They're getting after Nick Dacos down there, Howie. They're not happy with the young fella.
I like the Collingwood boys immediately coming to his rescue, including Pendlebury. Hands off the Rolls Royce.
A lot of mouthing off going on down there too.
Jack Revold giving him a fierce going over verbally. Still at him.
Jack Crisp has it. Collingwood chant goes around the ground. 101.5 in the Coppers, and another win. This will be for Collingwood. They lead it by 14 points. They're happy to just chip it around. Quaynor. So they've just gone back and forth, Quaynor and De Goey. They've taken about 30 seconds off the clock. It's down to 1 minute 50 now. Geordie goes for a short pass, and it's fisted across the line by Cumberland, who's been fantastic since he came on. Deserves a start next week, does Noah?
He does. Got good leg speed too, which is he's injected into the game a number of times to break play open.
He's got to work on his defensive game a bit, Nate.
That's right, Chief.
Cumberland.
Go, Jack, Nathan.
And Curvis. Picked up by De Goey, who's been superb from the first bounce. So Tommy Brown, the only injury concern for the night. Give us an update on that, please. And Tommy Brown.
He's signed off.
Right. That was Darcy Cameron. I was hoping he was going to tell us about who, I think he reported earlier, had a bit of a knee challenge. McCreary. So he's an inside 50. Myercheck and Noah Bolter. Myercheck worked off the foot on that occasion. McCreary's tackling. Touch overs Ellis on that occasion. And it's a free kick going away. Camden McIntosh.
McIntosh off half back. Minute 10 on the clock. 14-point lead to Collingwood, who led by 12 at quarter time, 19 at half time, 28 at three-quarter time. Quaynor's been good. Tom Mitchell, the smooth one, Pendlebury, just weaves and eases it around, gives it to Billy, who's played his best game in the black and white. Nick Dacos coming up for Chew.
Disposal number 33.
Is he in the votes, Nate?
He's pushing to be in the votes, Howard. Hasn't been as prolific as recent weeks, but he's 33 possessions. A pretty good game, though.
Myercheck. Nathan Buckley loves checkers, as he calls him. He's been good tonight. Mitchell. He goes short to Wilbur Hoskin-Elliott. 85,241 people here. The chant is up. Hoskin-Elliott sends it deep into attack. Richmond have got the numbers in the air. Jamie Elliott, hurried snap. Bobby Hill out of bounds. Call the last moments of the game, Darcy.
14 seconds to go, Howie. And you can hear the Collingwood chant reverberating around the MCG. Why wouldn't you enjoy being a Collingwood supporter right at the moment? Quite been able to add the polish tonight, but I've consistently been in control of this game. High tackle against Dylan Grimes. Been a bit of feeling in it, Chief, across tonight, isn't
There has been. There has been. Physical brand of footy. It'll stand Collingwood in good stead, though.
85,000 at the MCG. It's the Collingwood Footy Club who prevail. 8-15-63. Richmond 7-7-49. And the Pies charge on in 2023.
Side by side, they stick together to a
12 at quarter time, 19 at the half, 28 at three-quarter time, 14-point winners in the end. Elliott kicked 2, Revolt kicked 2 for the Tigers. Head to Macca's for 10, Chicken McBites for just $3. What a one-handed grab. Here's Abby with steel side bottom, courtesy of the wonderful people at 7.
Thank you. Different game to last week, which we expected. The Tigers are tough in the midfield. They're good all over the ground, and we knew what the contest was going to cough up tonight, and it was exactly that. The swing of the game went both ways, and we knew it would, so to be able to, I suppose, come out on top in the end is really pleasing.
And just on that contested work, particularly of your midfield group, to go from 17th in the competition to first in contested possession differential, you must be really proud with what you guys are producing in there.
Yeah, it is, and it's no surprise because I think we've got guys to come in and play the role, but we've really trained it during the off-season. The blokes are nice and tough in there, so it's good to see.
Have you ever had this much fun playing footy? You look like an invigorated player.
I love playing footy, but I definitely love winning even more. So, let's hope we can keep the ball rolling. And
there's just this group as a whole, you just seem so connected, playing with so much synergy, and you're so predictable to one another. Do you feel that growth kind of on a week-to-week basis, even from the track as well? Yeah,
I feel it firsthand out there. I've never felt so connected with my teammates, and we talk about it a lot, so it doesn't just sort of happen. So a lot of work goes into it, and it's nice to see some reward.
Congratulations, Oz.
Thanks, Abby. Cheers.
Thanks to Abby and Steele and 7. Oh, that's what we need. A bit more connectivity as teammates in this box. I think we need to go on a little retreat or something. Das, this is your area, and achieve a bit more connectivity.
We might have a little mid-year Sukhavati Bali experience.
That'd be good.
Get Chief up there on the massage table, see if we can unwind him and get him to open up a little bit vulnerable.
Weren't we going to go to the snow?
We were.
We'll do that as well.
It's like a Judd Cave snow experience.
Some downhill racing.
That sounds good, Chief.
Connectivity, that's what we need.
We do.
Triple M Amy review, who covers Clangers on and off the field. Amy does. Here's Tommy Mitchell with Abby.
And, I'm just grateful to play alongside these guys. There's so many good players running through the midfield, and just to do my part alongside those guys is, that's all I want to do.
How about those youngsters running around, particularly the Dacos boys? 60-odd disposals between them again tonight. They keep you young, don't they?
They're pretty special players, aren't they? Them and Geordie, they're seriously talented players, and then, the older guys like Pendles and Steele really steer the ship around them.
I want to touch on your back line as well. I thought Murphy was sensational tonight, but Frampton, last time the Pies played Richmond, it was Tommy Lynch with 25 and 6, and his job on Tom Lynch tonight was something that was good to watch.
It was pretty awesome, wasn't it? I think Bill was obviously a little bit disappointed with round 1 and not getting picked, and he's come in the last couple of weeks and done his job perfectly, so we're really happy for him, and you can see it in his face. He's just wrapped to be a part of it as well.
Sky's the limit with this group. Do you feel that?
I still early in the year, but we're pretty excited about the next couple of weeks and beyond.
3 games in, 3 wins. Go on, enjoy.
Thanks, Abby. Cheers.
He was at the Hawks last year. Now he's at the Pies. Tommy Mitchell.
Tragically lost his beautiful dog in the park recently. Tommy Mitchell,
did he?
A beautiful golden retriever in very sudden circumstances.
Oh, that's no good.
Well, let's get back down to Abbey Holmes with Nick Dacos.
Yeah, we're having a lot of fun, but I think we're just the beneficiary of a lot of good players and a great system. Like Tommy Mitchell, Crispy, Geordie, Pendles in there, all feeding it out to us. So I think we sort of do the easy bit. They do all the hard work for us.
For you personally, there's been a lot of talk about you over the last couple of weeks, and it's absolutely warranted. But how do you deal with that attention and I guess the pressure that's put on your shoulders?
Yeah, I definitely don't enjoy it, that's for sure. Sort of off social media a fair bit after games, and sort of stay away from it, so I don't hear a lot of it. But just coming into the club, getting back to work. We've got a great team, as I said, so we'll get back to work again Monday.
Wet weather footy, but for you personally, you look like you had a drive all out there, just on the string, particularly early. Conditions don't bother you, do they?
I don't think so. There's definitely a few fumbles early. Maybe you guys missed them, but no, this is good.
We definitely didn't see that. On your forward line, I thought Ash Johnson coming back in the side following a quality VFL performance last week. He looked so exciting. 1 goal, 3 for him tonight, but really electric inside the 50. He's a star. Fly said all week, just bring the ball to ground. Doesn't matter how many goals you kick. It's a bonus if you kick goals, but just compete. And I think he did that so well tonight. And then he stepped in the ruck in the last quarter and throughout the game, and I thought he was magnificent. And I just want to ask you about Fly. Take us within the 4 walls. We know what we see of him on game day, but what is he like? Because he's one of the most, loved coaches in the competition. Yeah, I guess he's a bit of a mystery to a lot of people, but he's very humble.
backs a lot of us in, every single one of us in, and he's just got a great system and program going at the moment. We walk in on a Monday, win, lose or draw, and we've got our heads held high, and we just base our game on effort. So he's pretty much just based our game on effort, and we bring that every week. So he's been awesome.
See you Thursday at the Gabba.
Can't wait. Thank you.
Thanks to Nick, thanks to Abby, thanks to the good people at 7. Take a break here. Up next, we might open the open line. We might take a few calls. We'll probably go through till about midnight, I think. McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, the Pies, 14-point winners over the tip. They're top of the ladder, 3 and zip. McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks football.
That quarter, the Titanium Caravans, tough on and off the field.
For Ream Hot Water.
Triple M rocks footy.
Built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Ream.
Hi, it's Marty Sheargold from Triple M's Marty Sheargold Show, and right now, Triple M rocks football. Max, go on.
And Bailey Laurie, you can have a little guess of what his nickname would be with the last name Laurie. Famous cricketer. Bill Laurie.
I was thinking Hugh from House. I was thinking front end load.
I was thinking a truck.
So surely they're not going to call him front end.
Triple M's Marty Sheargold Show. Weekdays from 6 on Triple M. Get the podcast now from the Listener app.
At Macca's, we know it's important to make your AFL pre-game routine count. Whether that's getting comfy at home for a big night in or heading to the ground early before the game begins. Tell us your pre-game routine and we'll make it count with a Macca's instant offer. Visit maccaspregame.com. T's and C's apply.
Steel Solutions, Houston speaking.
Houston, we have a problem.
Okay, what's happened?
I'm doing a reno and my bricklayer needs some galvanised steel lintels in different lengths and sizes. Who would do that?
Relax, mate. We've got all the steel you'll need and we'll cut it to the lengths you want. You only pay for what you need and you can get it delivered or pick it up.
Houston, we don't have a problem anymore.
That's kind of why they call us Steel Solutions.
Steel Solutions. The steel you need when you need it. Sunshine, Bayswater and Springvale. steelsolutions.com.au.
At Liftman, you hire the lift and the man. Their fully qualified lift operators are all part of the package. So who do you call when you need the lift and the operator to work it?
1300 Liftman. Job done.
At David Jones right now, take 50% off the regular price of mattresses by Sealy Posturepedic and Sleepmaker. Plus receive complimentary delivery. Available in store and online. Ask about interest-free options too. T's and C's apply.
David Jones.
G'day, it's BT here. Are you an apprentice plumber? Kickstart your career in plumbing with a $3,000 grant from Ream. That'll help with the TAFE fees. Head over to ream.com.au/apprentice and apply for a Ream Apprentice Plumber grant today. Applications close April 21. T's and C's apply.
You're a smart tradie. At the top of your game, in fact. So why are you still letting admin rule your life? Scheduling your team for the week shouldn't be a battle. And it doesn't have to be with Arrowflow. It's job management software that makes scheduling simple. Don't wrestle with your team over the week ahead. Drag and drop them instead. Head to arrowflow.com to start your 14-day free trial or chat with our team today. Check out arrowflow.com. That's AROFLO.com.
Thanks to KO Sports, Triple M's Rush Hour is getting out the crystal ball. Listen to JB and Billy weekdays from 4 to hear their footy predictions. Then see if they come true on KO Sports. Get the game you want when you want this footy season on KO.
Many are doing it tough right now, struggling to make ends meet and get food on the table. But the people that need our help the most are not always the ones you think.
It's families.
And kids.
The elderly.
Those with 1 or even 2 or 3 jobs.
It's people with mortgages.
Those who have just fallen on tough times.
Fortunately, Foodbank is here to help. Help us to help those doing it tough. Donate to Foodbank today to ensure no one goes without. Head to foodbank.org.au.
Race into Ram Truck's Red Hot DS 1500 Express Runout for a red hot 3.99% finance rate. Stock is limited, so see your Ram dealer today. T's and C's apply. Approved ABN applicants of Ram Trucks Finance only.
Shut up! The footy's on the radio!
Triple M rocks footy.
The Triple M Footy Review. Amy. Who covers clangers? Amy does. Lucky you're with Amy.
$5,241 people. Well, the Pies had their third straight win of the season. They sit atop the ladder. 8:15.63, too good for Richmond, 7-7-49, 14-point win. Maccas I'm loving at moment, happened in the third quarter. Here's how it played out on Triple M football.
It was Hoskinelli who came front and centre. Bobby Hill's tackle, really good. Pendlebury, look at the class, weaved his way through. How brilliant was that? Scott Pendlebury in game number, how many's Scotty Pendlebury played? 361 is what I'm looking for. And how well are you moving at that age? Brilliant from Pendlebury.
Great call to ask. Choice Hotels around the grounds. Whatever your reason for travelling, you'll get the lowest prices guaranteed when you book direct at choicehotels.com. So go ahead, book it earlier on tonight in the Rugby League. Chewy?
18-10 Stormers way over the Rabbitohs.
Okay, very good.
Yep.
We can't go around the grounds. We were got an issue with
regionals.
Townsville.
Townsville? No.
They've got their skin diving show. It's gone 10 minutes late, so unfortunately we can't do that. Triple M MVP award for New Holland. End of financial year. Tractor sale on now. Visit your New Holland dealership. I think this is your area tonight, Noodles. Nate?
What was that?
Oh! Just put your online shopping down and do the votes, please.
Votes.
He's back on YouTube.
He's back looking at the iguanas and the monkeys.
I gave one vote tonight. I thought Billy Frampton's game was terrific. Played on Tom Lynch the whole good night. 6 goals last time they played against each other, Tom Lynch. And I thought Billy Frampton, his best game for the Pies. Attacked the ball a couple of times, went off Tom Lynch. And his teammates would have been endeared to him. 2 votes tonight. And I know everyone's been talking about Nick Dacos, but I gave 2 to Josh Dacos. 28 disposals tonight. He kicked the goal, 504 metres gained, and he played on the wing, and he had 7 clearances from the wing for Josh Dacos, and 3 votes to Jordan De Go. 35 disposals. He had 9 clearances. He didn't kick a goal tonight, but 597 metres gained, the most on the field.
Well done, Nate. Very nicely done by you. What's on tomorrow, Das?
I've got a pretty quiet day during the day, Howard, which I'm looking forward to. Then I'm going to be at the 150-year celebration for the Saints and the Bombers, which will be a big...
Why are you going to be there?
For Channel 7, because we're at the ground, Chief.
Are you doing that game?
Yeah.
So you're working when you see a quiet day.
Quiet day during that. That's Saturday night. Okay. Quiet day during the day.
Okay. Well, what about you tomorrow, Chiefy?
Yeah, I've got the Giants and Carlton.
Okay.
Which should be fun. Nate?
What time's that game?
What time's your flight?
It's a 4:35 game.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
How about you, Howie? You're confused a little bit.
We haven't got to Nate yet. What are you up to tomorrow, Nate?
Netball tomorrow. We're 4-0 to start the season, so we're going well.
Are you going the Demir Dockett sort of...
He is, 100%.
I'm concerned about you, Nate.
Apparently, Duke, having blues with the parents because they want the girls to play some different positions and experience the fun of it all, but Nate just plays to win.
And plays his daughter and plays his daughters in the centre.
Correct.
I've got a bit more.
Only one centre spot.
I've got a bit more on Nate's netball next week. Might lead the show.
Really? A little expose with that?
A couple of things. What do you got tomorrow on Chewy?
Triple M footy tomorrow. Howie, North Melbourne versus Hawthorn down in Tassie. North.
What time's your flight, Chewy?
Early flight tomorrow morning.
Is it?
Very early.
Are you got on the 6:30?
I think you're right. 6:30 flight.
Same time.
Back in time for Spa tomorrow night.
6:30.
Exactly, Jason.
Earlier.
Little jet start down to Launceston.
Oh, that'll be nice. I'll look forward to seeing you down there, Howie.
Right. I think that's
tuning in especially for that.
That's it. Enjoy the Grand Prix. You'll see it on Fox over the weekend. 85,241 people saw Collingwood win it by 14 points. Dead Set Legends will be back in the morning. The boys on the Saturday rub. Have a wonderful weekend. Well done to the Pies. They're 14-point winners. Ring someone you love over the weekend. That's about it. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, thanks to Jason, Leroy and Tunners and Benny and the whole crew. Triple M rocks football.
Another 6. In fact, it's dropped short.
The Triple M Footy Review for Amy. Who covers clangers? Amy does. Lucky you're with Amy.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's.
Triple M rocks footy.